Okay, can you at least hear me now, guys? Can you hear me now? Is it all good? Check, check. Can you hear me now, guys? Oh my God, this is bad. Can you at least hear me now, guys? Can you hear me now? Is it all good? Check, check. Can you hear me now, guys? Oh my God, what is happening, guys? Can you hear me now? Can you at least hear me now, guys? Can someone confirm in the comment section? Is it all good? Check, check. Can you hear me now, guys? What is happening? Guys, can you hear me now? Can someone confirm in the comment section? What is happening? Guys, can you hear me now? Can someone confirm in the comment section? What is happening? Guys, can you hear me now? Can someone confirm in the comment section? Okay, guys. I hope you're able to pick the audio now. Is all good? All good? Can someone confirm if it is all good, guys? Okay. I'm now talking about 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Can you hear me saying 2 minutes and 50 seconds, Vicky? Can you confirm that? 2 minutes and 50 seconds is what I'm saying. Can you confirm if you can hear me saying 2 minutes and 50 seconds? Oh, this is Cho in, and that's a go. Oh my, how did he miss that? Cho should have scored that. Cho should have scored that. How did he miss that? Wow, that was very close, guys. That was very close. I mean, he should have definitely scored. Come on, man. Come on. You don't get an easy chance like this. What were you thinking? You had options. Werner was also there. That's a good save by De Gea by all means. But then, what were you doing there, man? Should have been a goal. Should have been a goal. Come on. This is bad. This is bad, guys. Seems to be some injury issues for the captain. Who's the captain today? It's not Harry Maguire, of course. So who's the captain today? That's Bruno Fernandes. Bruno is the captain today. Okay. Alex Telles is also playing today, guys. So Sancho as well. It is going to be an interesting game. Vignesh, can you confirm if there is any lag or something of that sort? Like in terms of the audio or the video, is it rendering properly? Audio good, video good, background best. All right. Love that. Thank you, Vicky, for confirming that. We've got the Sportswire in as well. Hop into the channel if you can, Vicky. The link, the invite is, you know the invite, so you know the link as well. It's posted. If not, I'll do it right now. Hop into the channel. It will be a wonderful conversation. I know we've done a plenty of streams together. I was not sure of your availability. So just hop into the channel and we can have a very good conversation. Let me know if you're joining in. Okay, it's 5 minutes and 44 seconds into the game. It's 5 minutes and 44 seconds into the game. Chelsea nil, Manchester United nil. Uh, Ball is now with Rudiger. A good long ball in, tracking the run of Werner. Timo Werner gets the ball there, tries to shoot it, but then there's a foul that was claimed on Timo Werner. Come on, that was not a rash challenge as well, but you know it's Anthony Taylor, of course, so he's obviously going to give it. We all know how biased Anthony Taylor can be. We'll join in the second half, having dinner right now. All right, sure, Vicky. Thiago Silva to Rudiger. Silva. Chelsea's being very good today. The way that they're pressing, they're able to exploit the defense of Manchester United. They already had a very easier chance. Joe should have finished that and made it 1-0. I don't know why they didn't do it. Cristiano Ronaldo as well is not playing today. I've got no idea why he's not playing today. I mean, if your team is playing against the top you know, top Premier League team, like the first place team, then obviously you would want your best striker to be in the team. I don't know why they're not doing it, but nevertheless, it's still Manchester United. They can do anything. So this is Hakim Ziyech trying to find Timo Werner. Defensively, we are finding places to exploit there. Actually, okay, this is foul. This is a foul that is given against um, Manchester United for a change from Anthony Taylor. On Matic. So we've got Van Bissaka playing on the left wing back, of course. Fred as well seems to be playing this game. So it is good if you ask me. The way these guys, I mean, Manchester United are lined up. I didn't expect them to line up without Cristiano Ronaldo, but I think it could be an advantage for Chelsea Football Club. Getting an early goal here absolutely means a lot in this game. This is Reece James with the delivery. Let's see if Reece James can do it a proper delivery. That's a beautiful delivery in forward for Rudiger. Was not able to find Rudiger though, but still the ball is still in Chelsea's court. Timo Werner tried to put the cross in, but a poor cross deflected well. Rashford running in forward, trying to press, and there was a good recovery there. Jorginho ensuring that the ball moves to the defense. This is Cho running in forward. He's already being marked there. Hakim Ziyech. Now Timo Werner, he's got options with Hakim Ziyech as well on the wing, trying to put the cross in, but did not work. That's a corner kick for Chelsea. I love the way that Chelsea's been playing today. The reason why I say that is because most of the time the ball seems to be in our court. That is absolutely amazing. That's brilliant. And that is what you would want from our team. Marcus Alonso trying to take a shot. I mean, that's a good header there from, I think it was from Chalaba, but then was not on target. De Gea comes to collect it. I'm still I'm still worrying about that particular chance that Shaw missed. I mean, he shouldn't have missed that. What do you guys say? Like, it was a very easier chance, right? Why did he miss that? I mean, it was for the taking. He should have scored that. He should have scored that. I don't know, but then Hakim Ziyech is pressing actually really good in this game. I mean, he's been doing that pretty good in the previous game as well. So he's improved a lot. Um, that's a foul by Hakim Ziyech on McTominay. McTominay receives the foul for Manchester United, so that will be a free kick now. Cristiano Ronaldo on the bench. Guys, let me know if you have any team news on Manchester United. Why is Cristiano Ronaldo not playing today? Why is Ronaldo not playing today? Is he having some injury issues or injury concerns? I don't know. Chelsea nil, Manchester United nil. 10 minutes and 25 seconds. Lukaku as well is not playing today. Christensen is on the bench. So we've got a couple of strong players as well not playing today. But then, Lukaku has not been playing for us. Come on, man, Ziyech. I know you were excited to get the tackle, but then you have to also make sure that you don't commit fouls, man. Come on. 11 minutes into the game. Chelsea should have already been 1-0. If it had not been for that Joe miss, it should have gone in, guys. I mean, I know De Gea did a good job, but come on, you cannot miss that. Very good angle as well. Loftus Cheek. Reece James. Mendy. Now Alonso. Headed in. This is a good ball. Timo Werner can come in, but De Gea is quick on the defense there. Wow. But that was a good ball. Trying to find Timo Werner. Had Timo found it, it could have gone our way. But you know Timo, right? I mean, you cannot say for sure that he's going to score or something. So he can even miss open post. So just it is what it is. All right. Now play it to the defense. Bailey to Van Bissaka. Fred combining with Bissaka. This is Fred again, but won by Cho. Got options there. Timo Werner combines with Hakim Ziyech. Tries to combine with Hakim Ziyech. Was not, but was intercepted properly. Tellis tries to put the ball forward for I guess is okay Rashford, but they missed the ball there. There you go. This is Antonio Rudiger. This is Thiago Silva now. Now to Rudiger. This is Mendy, Silva, Chalaba, Chalaba. This is Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Okay, Rudiger running in forward. He's got options. He's got Marcus Alonso now. Alonso could cross the ball in, and that's a beautiful delivery actually from Alonso. Was not able to find anyone there, but in fact the delivery was good from Alonso in the 30th minute, 13th minute. Here you go, Reece James now. Manchester United taking a defensive shape now. Rudiger. RLC is running in forward. Silva. Push the ball in forward for Reece James on the wing. Now Hakim Ziyech. He's turning around, trying to cross Bailey. Not possible. Ziyech still with the ball. This is Chalaba. Well received. Put the ball backward now. You've got Thiago Silva. Silva's playing this game, guys. Silva's playing almost every single game right now, so I hope he doesn't end up getting injured somewhere. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Rudiger, Alonso puts the ball for Cho. Good play from Chelsea trying to control the ball. I think it's an offside there for Cho. He moved in a bit quickly there. It's 15 minutes into the game. Marcus Alonso is in the game. The reason we all know the reason why Marcus Alonso is in the game, because, of course, Chilwell, Ben Chilwell is injured, and he probably will be out for the next 3-4 months, according to Matt Law, and as well to Thomas Tuchel says that it's going to be 3 months, and then probably we'll see how we can bring him back in, or how the injury, um, you know, at that point in time is, and make a decision based on that. So that's an ACL tear basically. Let's see how well Chilwell can recover. So we will be playing with Alonso until that. Van Bissaka now. Foul on Van Bissaka by Callum Hudson-Odoi. We should have already been in the lead if it was not for the chosen mistake there. Jadon Sancho as well is playing today. I mean, there's a lot of comparison between Sancho and Callum Hudson-Odoi, between different fan bases, because, yeah, of course, Callum, we all know, he's a very good player. He's done a lot for the team. So people, Sancho, on the other hand, once he came in, he was not able to perform that brilliantly. So maybe that's the reason why people are not rating Sancho very highly now. Rudiger to Alonso, Jorginho, poor pass there. Van Bissaka gets the ball again now. It's for a throw in. Manchester United running in forward now. Marcus Alonso puts the ball backward to Rudiger. Now it's in the Chelsea territory. Manchester United trying to commit more players on the high press. They've got already 4 players on the high press. But this is a good chance for Chelsea to run forward as well. Yeah, we've got the ball now. Alonso now moving in forward. Cho is running in forward. He's got options on either side. Ziyech taking a shot. Oh, that's a good shot. But you're not going to win De Gea by taking shots from 30 yards, man. Come on. Try to get a pass here and there. I mean, Manchester United's defense is not kind of unpenetratable defense or something. So you can do that. Just wait for the moment, understand how the play is, and then try to put a ball in forward for our forwards, and then they'll be able to do the job for you. Don't have to take shots from 30 yards. It's not a low block team, of course. Good defending from Jorginho there. Chelsea recovered the ball. RLC or Jorginho trying to shift the gameplay there. Cho now. He's got options on the wide with Marcus Alonso. Can deliver across there. Cho. Alonso as well combining good with Cho. He has to be very careful, and I like the way that Jorginho is playing today. Of course, Alonso is going to be slow on tracking back. That is why Jorginho is helping that wing, or helping that flank, because you need someone to help that flank, because it can be a problem if Alonso cannot run back quickly. Rudiger now to Chalaba. Rudiger. Jorginho trying to put the ball for Marcus Alonso. Van Bissaka on the defense there. Good work from Van Bissaka. Okay, we now have the ball. Jorginho. Okay, that's a foul by Rudiger on Sancho. Okay, I think now it's all clear, guys. My audio, my video as well is now getting clear. Very well. Like you guys know already, I mean, this is an open stream, so which means that anyone can join in the stream and have your say, of course. There's very few channels out there who lets you join the stream and have their say live when the match is going on. So you can just come in and watch the game with me, along with me. Then it's going to be good. It's going to be a good experience as well. I'll get to know you as well, and we will have a lot to talk about. Thiago Silva, now to Chalaba. Puts the ball to Reece James. I guess there was a foul there. Advantage claimed from Chelsea. Anthony Taylor says, and go for the advantage. Okay, Bruno Fernandes seems to be a bit nervous, Bruno Fernandes, right now because I mean, this is the first time they're trying to attack as well, so maybe there is a bit of nervousness from Bruno Fernandes. But Chelsea doing a good job now in terms of containing Manchester United. We're still on the attack, that much I can say. We just have to make sure that we don't lose the ball time and again. Rudiger push the ball forward there. Hakim Ziyech running in forward and then just smashing other players. Come on, that's not how you defend. You just have to be careful, man. Come on. Could have received an yellow card if there was a contact. Ruben Loftus-Cheek missing the ball, but then quick to recover. Jorginho, now Reece James. There's no one on the wing back position. Good chance for a cross. Oh, Marcus Alonso should have. What is happening? Come on, Marcus Alonso. Come on, man. Alonso should have definitely got that. Reece James gave that on a platter, right wing back to left wing back. What a delivery that was. What a beautiful delivery that was. I don't know what he was doing with the ball. Seriously, Van Bissaka missed that ball, and you can expect that from Van Bissaka, but you should be in a position to shoot the ball nevertheless. Come on, man. Should have done that. Poor play from Chelsea in front of the goal. One from Marcus Alonso already, and one from Cho. Both from the left flank. We're trying to drive the ball forward through the left flank, and I don't really want to see that. I want Marcus Alonso to be a bit back and try and play the game. Come on, Alonso. He's again lost the ball now. Marcus Alonso. Hakim Ziyech completely out of position. Supposed to be on the right flank. Why do you want to come to the left side, man? Come on. Good ball in forward. Now there is Bruno Fernandes who can. This is exactly what I was talking about. They are quick on the counter attack. Don't give them the opportunity for counter attack. They'll definitely punish you one time or the other. Come on, man. Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Jorginho. Slightly quicker ball from Jorginho missed there. Chelsea. Now Reece James. Push there. Just hold the ball. Hold the ball. Come on. Just hold the ball and then try and do something with it. If you're not getting an opportunity, just go back and try it again. You'll still get it. Joe, that was a very good cross from Joe, actually, trying to find Timo Werner. You know how it goes then. Guys, if you're watching the stream right now, please press that like button, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. Marcus Alonso, Thiago Silva, Chalobah, Reece James. Okay, good ball in forward now. He's got options. Hakim Ziyech, just run forward, man. Come on. Yeah, Reece James now trying to deliver the ball in. Okay, very good cross. That is from Reece James. But the problem that we have right now is that we don't have anyone at the end of the cross to finish the cross. Actually, that's the problem that we are having right now. Guys, I'll just quickly be back. I need to get my phone. Yeah, I'm still here. No worries. I've not gone anywhere. I don't know why I have my earphone connected with me. Anyways, I'm not using it. But yeah, I just had to turn off my video quickly because I had to take my phone, guys. Pardon me. Okay, I've gotten my phone now. Tellis is down. What's wrong with Tellis? Oh, Reece James. Oh. A Hulk there actually from our end. Initially, I was talking for some time, and I don't know what happened. That everything has been like on a mute. Okay. All right, guys. I need to plug my charger in as well. Oh my god. There's a lot that I missed out today, guys. Bad luck. Bad luck. All right, let's try and go to the other stream as well. Like I told you earlier, we're trying to stream in two platforms simultaneously. I'm not sure how practically it's going to be feasible for me, but let me try and do it. Well, let me check if the... Okay. Hey guys, can you hear me? All right. Perfect. So I'm going live. Yeah. So I'm going live in both my channel as well as this channel, which means that simultaneously there's two broadcasts running there. Yeah. Hopefully it works fine. This is the first time I'm doing it. I don't know, man. I don't come on. So Matt was the one who suggested this. I was like, okay, fine, let me try doing it. I mean, it's technically feasible. I'm not sure. It's up to the viewers if they, can gather whatever I'm talking. It's fine then. Exactly. They'll be like, who are you talking to? So guys, for anyone who's watching, we've got Kevin and Danny in the CFC chats channel. So I'm simultaneously broadcasting for two channels. So if at all I'm talking or addressing someone, it means that I'm addressing them. Um, so I'll probably repeat whatever they're trying to say. If they're asking me a question or something, I'll just ask the question and then answer to it. So you at least know what I'm answering to. Someday that is going to go in. Tony Rudiger. Everyone was offside there. Oh, it's a save actually. The guy has save. Yeah, all good now. Yeah, the same, same. I'm in sync with you guys actually. Cho should have scored that, man. Cho won and Chalaba, sorry, Cho won and Alonso won. Both of them should have scored that goal. Kev, you've got your pet nearby. Hearing some audio. Hearing some audio, guys. All right, now good. Chalaba. Okay, this is Hakim Ziyech trying to run it from the right flank. Oh, why there's no players to get it from the flank actually? There's no one in the center to receive the ball. Sure, tries to put the ball in forward. Very good defense from Manchester United. They're just crowding that 6 yard box actually. Cho's been good except for the one shot that he terribly missed against De Gea. He's been good. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, yeah. One that Show easily missed. I guess in like the second minute or the first minute. I don't know when he missed that. Like even before I set up the stream, there was a clear cut chance for Show. He should have scored that. Very bad from Show. I mean, I completely understand from where you're coming from. I mean, you should be putting the ball in for the strikers. You're not going to score every single time because you're always going to be coming in a tight angle. It's very rare that you're going to score from that tight angle. So just try and put it into the box and just pray to God that Werner will find it. And even if he finds it, score it. Yeah, agreed. And a couple of times, Reece James was clearly in because we were able to get past Van Bissaka, and Reece James had all the time in the world. He delivered a beautiful cross in forward, and Marcus Alonso, didn't know what to do with it. Like he expected Van Bissaka to jump in and take the ball. Okay, this is a good chance. Cho has intercepted the ball, trying to take a shot straight on the ground, rolling it on the ground to Dangaya. Yeah. Exactly. You could have just performed a 1-2 there with Timo because he was trying so hard to run onside. You know how easily Timo gets offside, but he was trying so hard to run onside, and he also made sure that he was running onside. Just because you wanted to take a shot, and that shot was like, I don't know who you took a shot like. It was like Cessignon taking a shot instead of like Bruno Fernandes. Very weak. I mean, United. What's wrong with Sia? Why is he not playing today? Any injury issue? I didn't know. Yeah, that's second game, man. I don't know, but it does take some guts to rest CR7. Tell him you're not going to play. That to his second match as a manager. He's just got his license as well. His second match as his manager. I mean, he's just got his coaching license as well, Michael Carrick. Timo Werner's trying to win the ball back. Okay, Jorginho. Now to Hakim Ziyech. Find Cho. Yeah, very good. Cho should have run. That is Timo going. I mean, Cho did not even get the ball past. Yes, right. I mean, in this game, if there is one player that I'm disappointed with, it would be Cho. Not, I mean, he's getting in the right areas and everything, but he consistently makes wrong decisions post that. Rudiger here. Guys, it's 38 minutes in the game. Chelsea nil, Manchester United nil. Once again, good delivery from Hakim Ziyech, actually. That's a good delivery. I mean, what more you can expect from wingers? Come on. Werner or Cho should have been there. I think Werner should have been there, actually. You're just rolling in the ball. It's a beautiful cross, actually. Yeah, I mean, if your winger has gone towards the edge of the 6 yard box, obviously the cross is going to be inside the 6 yard box, not outside the 6 yard box. He's not going to turn diagonally and then put in a cross which is outside the 6 yard box. Just you have to expect that and then try to deliver it and try to be in the right place. Oh, come on, Chelsea today is pissing me off in the attack. Kevin is like in the dark room. Um, Danny, any difference do you see today in the terms of mic quality or something? Because I'm using a lavalier today. I'm not using my regular mic. Is it the same or is it something different, picking up some echo, anything of that sort? Or is it more clear? Yeah, that I get it. Streaming from two different channels, sorry, for two different channels, and also trying to hear my own voice in the YouTube. So there's a lot of video that is being played. There's a in the same Wi-Fi there is Hotstar as well that is running in. They can, I mean, the game is being streamed at. Yeah, yeah, agreed. He cost us the game actually. I mean, if it is 1-0, they're not going to attempt all these. If it is 1-0, exactly. You just have to get that one goal. And what's stopping you from getting that one goal? Don't tell me Manchester United are pressing hard, so we're not able to get the goal. That's United, for God's sake. Yeah. Rudiger again, sprinting in forward. Marcus Alonso, just track back, dude. Rudiger is in forward. Like, you have to track back, dude. That's good. Yeah, and he shot the ball into the he shot the ball into the Stamford Bridge crowd. Actually, I remember that. Too early to call him a Chelsea legend, of course, because yeah, he's towards the end of his first contract, and the last 1.5 years he's been performing good. But before that, he's not been up to the mark, to be honest. So if you ask me, he's still not a club legend or anything of that sort. Maybe one more contract and 2 more years of the same performance, then he probably will be in that sort of a conversation. That's how I put it. Agreed. So it also means that, like you answered the question, right? It also means that Billy Gilmore could be a legend for us, right, as well. So Tammy Abraham, like Billy couldn't be a legend because he never played in that game, I think. So, oh my God, Anthony Taylor's been good today. Oh, Fred, what's happening there? And he's angry with Rudiger. Come on, dude, he was just like blocking your path. Come on. And that too in a 6 yard box. Yeah. Jorginho, good turn from Jorginho and Marcus Alonso as usual. Yellow card. Uh, I guess the first time that I guess the first time Anthony Taylor is pulling a yellow card, which is not in favor of the opposition team. Today, pretty good. Honestly, I expected him to do something, but today until 44 minutes, that's how I'd rate it. Like until 44 minutes, he's been quiet. Yeah, I know, I know. I know why Danny was holding back. I wonder what Michael Carrick is actually telling everyone. I mean, what is he actually telling her? Okay, Reece James with the delivery, perfect delivery into the box, and good save by. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good save by De Gea. Of course, it was off target anyways, but yeah, that angle from that angle, yeah. Okay, we've got a corner as well. Hakim Ziyech. Corner deliveries have been poor today. Come on, dude, get one right in. It's just going until the first. Okay, that's all. First half is done. Half time is done. Now I was just looking at the lines when he was running in forward. Like, why is he running in forward all of a sudden? Every single play was running in. Okay, fine. Game is done. Half time now. All right, it's halftime. It's halftime, guys. Decent performance from Chelsea. We should have been 1 or 2 nil up. A very good chance for Callum Hudson-Odoi, which was missed, and Alonso as well missed a couple of chances. Rudiger, a beautiful chance. De Gea made sure that he saved that as well. So brilliant work from Chelsea. It's still a game in a balance in terms of the scoreline, but Chelsea has been dominating position. So nevertheless, it's all been good. Yeah, so I mean, for me, the first half has been good in terms of the way that Chelsea was dominating position, but we deserve to be in the lead at this point in time. I'm just worried if CR7 comes in, the game could entirely change as well because obviously he is a legend and he could probably, intimate our defense. I'm not saying that he will be a huge concern, but there is a possibility that it could go the other way around as well. So I just wanted us to be in the lead before even CR7 comes in, but I think we kind of missed that particular trick. So we now have to look for a goal very quickly and seal the game because like I've been telling in every single stream that I've been part of, the first goal matters here. Once we score the first goal, it's done. It's game done. Because Manchester United are a team at this point in time. They are good with all the counter attack and stuff. Don't get me wrong, but the problem is it's not just about counter attack. If Chelsea gets the first goal, it's going to be very difficult for any team to score against, specifically Manchester United, given their current form and their confidence level. They're going to make a lot of other mistakes in the back once they concede the first goal, which means that getting the first goal should be our first target, and we should have got it with that Cho cross. That was in the first minute of the game. We could have entirely changed the game on its heels, but we missed that huge opportunity. Hopefully, it's not a very big opportunity that we're going to be paying a price very soon. I really want us to get the 3 points. Just a quick question for you guys, Danny. I'm not sure about the Manchester United, sorry, City result. What's with that? 2-1, is it to West Ham, or City won it? Or City won 2-1. All right, and Liverpool as well got a win right this week. Yeah, they won 4-0 against some. Yeah. So, which means that we are going to be under pressure. We are, the top three teams. We are playing the last, and we're playing a big game as well today. So, we just have to ensure that we pick up the 3 points here, because otherwise, the gap will further reduce, and it's not a good sign. It's just running through the stats as well. Chelsea has 10 shots on target. Sorry, 10 attempts, one compared to one attempt from Manchester United, out of which 6 attempts are on target. So we've done a good job. But the saddest part is that we've not found the back of the net. I don't know what Paul Scholes have to say about this one. Chelsea's defense is probably the weakest defense amongst the back three, right? I really don't want to concede against this Manchester United, because then all the United fans will start supporting Scholes. I don't want that to happen. Poor performance from United. One thing that I would like to say is that they've not been able to stitch 10 to 15 passes as well together, right? They've not been able to maintain possession for a long time. Chelsea has been pouncing on them as soon as they lose the ball. And United, one thing that is saving them at this point in time is De Gea. And probably Bruno Fernandes is trying to go on the attack, but he's been often being the single person who's trying to do that. So most of their work today has been on the defensive front, and they've been doing a good job in keeping Chelsea, away from the goal. But it seems to be a goal coming anytime sooner, unless there is something drastically different that is going to happen in this halftime tunnel discussion. Otherwise, I think maybe in the 60th minute or something, we'll get a goal or something. Goal probably. So United have been a bit narrow as well in the way that they've attacked just 2-3 players on the attack, and did not have enough players to push in forward and try to win the ball in our defense, which has been a concerning point for them. And the midfield seems to be very weak as well, with McTominay, Fred, and Bruno Fernandes being out of position most of the time, which will also lead to their defense being over pressured. We should have utilized that. Had it been Manchester City in this context of the game, it would have already been 2-0. But with Chelsea, I expect more. We haven't lived up to the expectation. set the tone. And I wanted to talk to you and try and understand your view on Werner's play today. I would have preferred Pulisic playing today. The reason why I say that is because most of the chances that went into the 6 yard box, that guy usually is in the 6 yard box always, Pulisic. Which means that these are the chances that Pulisic could have converted. I'm not saying he will definitely do it, but then it's a better chance when we have Pulisic there instead of Werner. Werner is, trying to win the ball. Agreed. He's dropping deep and trying to support the midfield, and all that is good. I don't think so. You have to do that with United, if I'm to be honest. Just do your job, go to that 6 yard box, finish off, get your goal, done. Try not to do anything else differently. So I think Pulisic would have been a better addition to the squad today instead of Werner. But we're playing with Werner. Let's trust Werner, and hopefully he gets a goal. Agreed. Agreed. He's not getting the best service, that's for sure. Werner's been trying to make some forward runs, but it's not working as well. Hopefully, what do you think will be the substitutions in this game? Like, um, who do you think will be coming in? I at least think the midfield will not be probably replaced. It's going to be Jorginho and RLC because we don't have anyone in the bench to replace. First of all, but in terms of attack, who do you think will probably come in? Fair enough. Fair enough. Danny, I've got another person joining my stream. I'll probably, catch you there. Okay. I hope Kev will be back. We've got Aniruddha joining the stream. Hi, Aniruddha. How are you doing?
I'm good. Can you all hear me? Can you hear me? I don't know, just a second. I can't hear you for some reason.
Give
Yeah,
me a
can you
second.
hear me
Give me a
now?
second. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can. I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah. So I'm basically streaming in two channels.
Oh,
So
wow. Okay.
one here and there's another channel as well. So I guess I had to just change my audio.
All right. All right.
What do you think about the first half that just got over?
Um, Slight improvement from United by the looks of it.
Hmm.
They were a bit more. I mean, from what I saw, for the 5-10 minutes of the game that I saw, it was a bit more of the pressing philosophy trying to be implemented, which was, I mean, of course, they got it wrong on multiple occasions. They did get it pretty wrong, but it's, um, of course, they set out to play on the counter. Inclusion of Sancho kind of confirms that, which is again not the best strategy because there were instances where Rudiger had pretty much waltzed into the half of
He,
United
he
and
often
was
does that.
taking shots. Yeah,
He does that at least once a game. So the only thing is that he doesn't get every time the goal. So he's just looking
yeah,
forward for that one particular moment where he just runs past the entire defense's goal because he runs past the entire defense every single time. What he
yeah,
misses is that he doesn't finish it. So he got him very close today, taking a shot from
yeah.
30 yard. Really troubled De Gea there.
Yeah, I mean, so you have situations like that. So not exactly the wisest strategy to deploy when it comes to a team which plays on the front foot like Chelsea does. So it's weird that I mean, there have been instances where United could do better when they go ahead and press, but the front three are, by the looks of it, compact, which is great, which kind of gives the freedom for the fullbacks to press up, but which they are not doing given the number of goals which the fullbacks have raked up for Chelsea. So it's a
Mhm.
wise thank God for them not running ahead like headless chickens. But
Yeah.
yeah, all in all, yes. I mean, Chelsea were doing Chelsea things as expected because
Yeah, I was
over that.
expecting us to get a couple of goals here. I mean, there was a very good chance from Cho. He should have just passed it to Werner, and it could have been converted to a goal. We definitely missed it there, and
I
there was
mean,
another
again,
opportunity from yeah,
Werner.
there was another opportunity for Alonso. Like the problem is that we've got Chilwell injured, which means that we'd have to play Alonso every single game, and he's not someone who's going to track back as quick as what you would expect him to. So those are the areas that we're like lacking right now, and Cho probably has to play better and link up with Werner. I mean, Werner is not someone who's going to get in every single time at the right areas or the right position, because what you
Hmm.
get with Werner is that he's going to drop deep and probably he's going to drop deep and probably try and do something and try and contribute to the midfield as well. That's his gameplay. He's not going
Yeah,
to be always there like Pulisic to finish off things in the 6 yard box. So that's expected, of course, but then you also have to ensure as a winger, Ziyech and Cho delivers the ball to Werner so that he can do something out of it. That's something that we're missing right now. Probably
yeah,
once Lukaku, or if Lukaku comes in, maybe things will get changed. You obviously don't have Havertz, who's not completely fit for the game.
yeah.
So from Chelsea's perspective, we need to get a goal within 68 minutes so that that puts a better pressure on United. But also, I just wanted to check with you: what's the strategy with Ronaldo not playing today? Is it like coming as a shocker for you guys as well, or do you
No,
think that's a technical
no,
reason for why this is happening?
no. I see. With the way at least the forward line of United was trying to press again, with the way the guys were running, it was Rashford, Sancho, and I don't know who the last guy is, but yeah, and
Rashford,
Bruno as well.
Sancho, and Bruno. Yeah.
Yeah, so the way they were running and they were trying to make at least trying their best uh, with the limited training that they had to press the back three. I
Mm.
think it was a pretty fair move, given that
Hmm.
Ronaldo again he won't press. Let's be very
Mm.
very clear. He won't press. I guess this might be a trend which we'll be seeing more often, which United would be seeing, Manchester United would be seeing more often because of the lack of press. You might see a bit more of Cavani because once he's back from his injury or whatever, I guess we'll see a bit more of Cavani and more of Ronaldo coming in from the bench as your impact sub because he's known for clutch moments like that. So uh, Cavani would be a bit more apt when it comes to a pressing system because of
Yeah,
his
the
ability to
gegenpress
do
could
so.
work well with Cavani. Is what you're saying, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
once
precisely.
once Mr. Rangnick comes in, what's happening with this Fred guy? I mean, what is wrong with him? He's like our Pulisic, every time falling
Who-
around, getting and claiming fouls.
I mean,
He
it's
often does that for you guys. I have been not watching Manchester United very closely to actually say that, but
neither have I.
Fred,
Ne- Neither have I because I'm a Liverpool fan. I'm happy that he falls around like an idiot sometimes, and it helped us a lot. Yes, but at the same time, see, Fred, it's weird because when he was at Shakhtar, he was a pretty solid defensive midfielder, and there was a reason why uh, City were going for him along with Jorginho. There was a
hmm,
reason why Pep Guardiola took a keen interest in trying to sign him for City.
hmm,
But now with Fred, it's something to do with the way he's been coached
hmm,
or the way he's with
gotten
what he's
molded
been
to.
asked to do. Yeah,
Yeah.
or what he's been asked to do.
Maybe,
So,
yeah. And he's got
which is
McTominay on the other side, so I wouldn't really call he's got all the support in the world and he's not performing well. So,
yeah,
anyways, both of them like play, you know, equal
yeah. I would
in
have
the way
loved to
that they
see Van
perform.
de Beek. Yeah, I would have loved to see
Yeah, I
Van de
thought
Beek
Van der
play.
Beek would have played today because the reason is like he played against Villarreal, but he played in a cam position. He was playing instead of Bruno Fernandes in that game, in the
Hmm.
cam role. So I thought maybe, so I thought anyways Bruno was going to play today, but I also thought maybe McTominay will
Oh.
go out. But
Sancho scores for Chelsea.
ooh,
Sancho scores for United, and Jorginho.
crazy mistake, Jorginho.
And as I speak, there is a 40-year-old Chelsea fan who I really know, who I know. He is tearing his hair out. He's he's literally tearing his hair out. He's like, he has said so many times that Jorginho is not a Ballon d'Or worthy player, and he has all the evidence in the world to go up with that. Brilliant. I mean, see, this is
Counter
exactly why
attack.
Sancho. Yeah, this is exactly why Ronaldo is not there in the team. By the way, do you? I mean, Ronaldo. Yes, he'll run fine, but I don't think expecting this kind of a goal from Ronaldo might not be the best thing. Might not be right, given the role. But I'm glad that Sancho scored finally because he's had a pretty rough start to as to life as a United player, and this all it comes down to right now is for United to just
Hold back.
not, yeah, not let,
Not concede.
not concede, number one. And see, now this will give Chelsea all the incentive to go forward. As you can see, Thomas Tuchel is pretty pissed looking at him right now. Now, if United now have the best chance again. Again, this is pretty cliche territory. It's like, yeah, given they've scored, given United have scored right now, Chelsea might take it up a gear, which might eventually put them in the counter-attacking scenario once again, and they might make use of it. And I have a sneaking suspicion that Sir Alex Ferguson was speaking to the lads through a phone or something like that, because I have a pretty sneaky suspicion that that happened.
Wow. Okay. Could be. I mean, it's hard to believe that Michael Carrick just got one over Thomas Tuchel there. But yeah, it's counter-attack, and it was more of a player's fault than a system's fault. That's how I put it. Okay, Timo Werner now.
Yeah.
Come on, man, do something with the ball.
I mean,
Oh,
as you can see,
this is bad.
there's two players running one by one, and there are two players running. So, I mean, I
That's
would,
what confused Mendy. Otherwise, he could have
yeah.
like, tried something there. But Rashford was running on the other side. He was thinking maybe there was going to be a pass or something. But
Okay. Oh my God, this Reece James got yellow carded. This is, I mean,
this is all okay. I've got a lot of people to answer to now. Manchester United picking up a win against Chelsea. Oh my God. We've never
yeah.
won against these guys. Like the problem is 2000 from 2000, even when we were at the best, right? They'll always manage to get a double over us. I don't know what happens on it, but then they often tends to do that.
I mean, say what you want about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's term as United manager. He did the team did show up in the last season against the big teams.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know whether it's I don't think it was more of a tactical setup, but it was more like it's the big game, and it felt like these guys were like there to prove a point
No,
that yes,
that's what actually kept him in the game. If I'm to be honest, that's what actually kept him in the job. for them. So
So it's
Chelsea should not drop points here. That too specifically. Come on, man, this is bad.
oh, I mean, McTominay has the ball and Bruno's got it. Van Bissaka on the far side, he is on the ball, and I expect the attacking output to reduce to 150% because of that one maneuver. I mean, I see. I wouldn't, not being biased, but I don't think Van Bissaka is a great attacking fullback. He's very good defensively. So I mean, there is potential, and this might be a pretty unpopular thing to say, but there is potential in playing him as a centre back for England in the future, because of his defensive capabilities.
The
And
problem is
me,
with wing backs, he's got strong contention from a lot of teams. Like got Robertson from Liverpool. He's playing right. So
yeah,
Reece James, Trent.
Ro-
How many
Robbo
players?
Scottish, Robertson Scottish.
Okay, this
So
is a Chelsea counter attack. What the hell? Ruben Loftus-Cheek did not have anyone. Why did he want to pass that ball? Come on, man, just run in forward.
I mean, he picked the
Like he
picked
got
the
over every single person. Why didn't he? Why didn't he just run forward? Yeah. Chelsea's done a good job in all this comeback sort of situation, but this is Manchester United. This is not normal team. Come on. And every single corner that has been delivered today has not even passed the first man. Not just from Alonso, even from Hakim Ziyech if he's delivering. It's not past the first
oh,
man.
I mean,
It's a good one.
Fred is leading a counter attack at the moment, and ooh, this is a pretty dicey situation. Ooh, that's a good pass from
Don't tell me that's
wide,
another
but
goal.
fine. Fred almost scored. Fred of McFred fame. Where's Vignesh? He said that he'd join you, right?
Yeah, I think I don't know what happened.
So
The
who's
corner kick.
playing?
Anthony Taylor has been good today, actually.
Who?
Anthony Taylor, the referee. He usually is
Eh,
against Chelsea in all these games, but today he's been
Tell me
decent.
about it. Tell me about it. He's been. I mean, I mean, ooh, Werner misses. I guess I'm a few
Where are you
seconds ahead on
shooting,
this.
dude?
I guess I'm a few
Yeah,
seconds
yes, just a
ahead
few
of you in
seconds.
the stream.
Right. Where are you shooting, man? Come on. No one marked you even.
Oh, I guess he was trying to slice the ball. He was trying to go with the outside of the foot, top corner. He was trying to do that.
Who does all that? And you specifically, you don't do all that. Come on. Even if there is an open post, you're gonna miss like Fernando Torres. Just put the ball in the back of the net. It's all that we're expecting from you. Not top corners and stuff. Come on.
I mean,
This
it
is
would be a
looking bad
nice.
for Chelsea.
This might be a good time to bring in Lukaku, but I don't know if he's playing or if he's injured.
Now, he is not injured actually. I mean, he's injured and he's just recovering basically.
Okay.
So he's not completely recovered, I believe. That's why we are
Hmm.
not like playing him. But I don't know. I don't know even if Lukaku is the right man for the job now. I think Pulisic probably will be.
I mean, yes. By the looks of it, yeah,
The problem is we cannot replace anyone in the back in the midfield area, double pivot. Don't
yeah.
tell me that's a goal.
Now that's kicking off a bit. Matic is being a bit of a prick as usual, as small minor shithouse.
Former Chelsea player.
Former Chelsea United. It's, there's been a few of those transfers though. It's
Yeah. Now
won't
all
be
that is
so.
because of this Mourinho guy. He usually the problem with Mourinho is that he just gives away players, but he doesn't look at this is who I have to give it to. Or this is the team that I would want to give it to. Like, he'll even give it to the competition. That's what I hate about Mourinho. Okay, good counter now. Timo Werner leading it because you're anyways
Yeah,
ahead of
yeah.
his team. Is Sakim
So
Ziyech.
I mean, all I'll say to
Absolute.
that is, yeah, all I'll say to that is Timo Werner was leading a counter attack. So I don't know if that's.
That answers the question. Huh?
I mean, see, I like Werner. I because up, although his out and last season he was actually he's 12 odd goals in the season. That's not bad for a first time Chelsea striker. That's absolutely not bad. It's just that the hype that had been built up around the man, it just became that figure became pretty it lost the significance. But 12 goals is a good
No, the
return for a
problem with
first.
Timo Werner, the problem with Timo Werner that we as Chelsea fans observe is that okay, 12 goals, 11 goals, the season is fine. But the thing is, the goal ratio that you have, right?
Yeah,
I mean, the chance ratio that you usually have in Chelsea
yeah, yeah,
Football Club, that's the
yeah.
highest last time. And our striker had just scored like 11, not even 11 goals actually, totally 11 goals across all the leagues and stuff, right?
Yeah,
So what does that tell you? Jorginho was a top scorer last season, and Jorginho scored 7 goals, everything from penalty,
yeah. So
not a single on-field goal in the league, right? So that is our concern. So with that sort of an XG, you're expected to get 20 odd goals, right? Because your wing backs are delivering so many
yeah, that's
crosses in the box, and wingers are putting in so many efforts to get you the crosses. But what's happening? You're not delivering the ball
not
inside
getting the out.
the net. Yeah, that was the concern. It was not because of his effort. We respect the kind of effort that Timo Werner puts in. He often contributes in terms of assist as well. The problem is
Yeah,
your job is not the assist. Your job is not you know to come back and then defend. That's like Harry Kane doing the defensive work for Tottenham. You don't have to do it for us. The problem is we've got defenders to do it. Tottenham might not, but we've got the defenders to do it. So we expect you to go in and score goals.
I
And
mean
that is where people were frustrated with
it's
Timo Werner.
yeah, it's nice to see you go a bit Troy Keenish over here. That's nice.
Yeah. Loftus Cheek. Dude, take a shot, dude. It's fine. No crosses are
And
getting
some activity on the bench. A
Cristiano
certain
Ronaldo.
yeah, a certain youth prospect called Cristiano's coming. I don't know. I don't
At
know
least
if
after he comes in, get a couple of goals, guys. Now, the problem is we cannot deal with this Manchester United fans. They'll be like, without Ronaldo, we won the match. That's the
yeah,
difficulty that we are facing currently. I
no,
have to deal with these fellows for the next week entirely.
somewhere around 500 miles, 5,000 miles from here, I can hear Rio Ferdinand preparing the script once again. And that Carrick's the man. Give him whatever he wants.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
because
mean, but that is
that
too
ended
late for
very
them,
well.
anyways.
Yeah, that ended very well for them, to be fair.
10 corners for Chelsea and Manchester United nil, zero corners, but then they lead the game.
I guess this is the kind of performance which Mourinho would be like, yes, yes.
Yeah, he's tuned the system actually. This is what he's tuned
Yeah.
in, and Oli has not been able to change it. If I'm to be honest, would get something bad delivery.
Oh, Sancho's going for Ronaldo. Yes. Um, to be fair, was that a move? Yes, it's Sancho did have a pretty hectic midweek game as well. So I guess well,
Yeah,
Sancho came
played
in
the
as a
entire
sub,
90
right?
minutes. No, no, he played
Did
the entire
Sancho?
90 minutes for Villarreal.
So fair enough. Fair enough. So And I guess I might be proven wrong about Cristiano Ronaldo at the moment because of whatever I said about him a few minutes back. And
I want you to be right here. At least I want you to be right here.
Nemanja Matic is pulling Cruyff dance over here, dude.
Now tomorrow the problem would be everything will be on Hakim Ziyech and Marcus Alonso. The entire fan base will turn against both of these players. I'm not saying it is wrong. What I'm trying to say is it's not their fault alone. There's a collective, there's collectively everything going wrong. Specifically
I
with
mean,
Jorginho, oh my God, today has been like almost poor, like 6 or 5.5. That's the rating that I give. Like if you're not able to win this situation against United, you're not going to win after Ragnick comes. Let's be honest about it.
and let's be fair, because I mean, to implement whatever Ragnick has in store, it'll take quite some time. It'll take a lot of relearning for United players to get to his style and get to his system. But the problem is there might not be enough time left to change the course of the season. I might be wrong, but it might easily take 5 6 weeks, right?
Yeah.
And
No, I'm saying these are the important points that they've gotten right now.
yeah, there's a corner, and Ronaldo is taking a. It's, it's nice.
Staying post, is it?
Sorry. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I don't think he seems to be taking post.
yeah. And things might be kicking off a bit here. I mean, see, this is the thing I don't understand. Why on earth is Lindelof saying that? Yes, come on, guys, we are doing a good job. You keep quiet, please. But again, it's easier said than done. But yeah, that's what? Oh, that's a penalty. That is a fucking penalty. And there is a scrap ongoing. Nice. Well done.
Oh, he's given a penalty.
Yeah.
But
Rudiger
Jorginho
is
has to
going
score
ape.
some.
Rudiger is going batshit bananas. Alex Tejes is also there.
That is what I want from Rudiger. That man is like a warrior for Chelsea.
Van Van Bissaka. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. I mean, Van Bissaka was going for the ball, and
Yeah,
Thiago
Silva
Silva's.
got his leg there.
Yeah, he was going for the
It's a
ball.
penalty,
Silva's
right?
leg came in. It's a penalty. It's contact. It's a foul. So that's anywhere
Technically, it's
else.
a
It's a free
penalty.
kick. It's a penalty. It's not again unintentional, but a foul nonetheless. Because the action was Van Bissaka was going to clear the ball, but uh, Thiago Silva was quick.
Yeah, the problem is it happened in the penalty area. So if it is to be called a foul and it happens in the penalty box, then it's a foul penalty.
Yep.
What's happening to Silva? He's not able to stand up, is it?
That's. Ooh,
Even
that
if we win, even if we take a draw here, I'm not saying that we'll score first of all. Even if we take a draw here, it's still going to be difficult for us to like challenge for the top three. You get my point, right?
you're top of the league at the moment, despite getting a draw or a
I'll
loss.
tell
You're
you
top
one
of
thing.
the
Let me not be a biased fan here, and I will tell you one thing.
league.
The way City and Liverpool are playing right now, Chelsea are not up to the mark. They're managing to get results. They're managing to put them under pressure and all that. We are not up to the mark. The way that we were playing the last season, even we are not playing the same way now. And I don't know if Jorginho will do it. Just tell me what happens before even it happens. Okay.
Passion is being shown. That's all I'll say. Some passion was shown, some fists were pumped, some words were spoken.
Oh, wow. Getting one over
I
De Gea is also difficult. I mean, he saved a lot of penalties this season, to be honest.
mean,
He,
he
he, he
didn't.
saved a double against, I guess it was, who was it against?
Watford,
Walcott.
Watford, Watford. It was
Watford, is it? Like,
Ismail. Yeah,
yeah, that guy,
Watford
Sar.
last week.
Sar.
Yeah, Ismail Assar. Yeah.
And
So,
even he managed to
um,
get a goal later. But
I
he got the
mean,
second goal
see,
of the match, right?
yeah. I mean, one more thing to talk about. I mean, De Gea's penalty record over the season has been good. Over the last few seasons, not really good. So it's nice that he's coming up trumps at the moment.
Now
And
the momentum is with Chelsea. I want Chelsea to use this momentum and try something out of it. Like you see, the entire Stamford Bridge is now elevated, right? You get my point. Like
Mhm.
this is the place where United can falter. And Alonso just better put a proper crossman. Come on.
Let's be clear. I mean, ooh, that's a why? I mean,
Ruben. Okay, this is United on the counter. Jorginho breaks the counter now. Sure. To Werner. Is that Werner running in? Yeah, Werner.
yep.
Man,
And,
come on. Don't lose the ball.
and okay, there is another fight. There's not a fight. It's just a minor
For our
disagreement between.
position in the for our position in the table, we not even should be picking up fights with these guys. Come on, just get a 3 point and then run away. That's all. Is that so difficult of an ask? First of all, 71 minutes in the game. It's 1-1, guys. For everyone who's watching, Chelsea have pulled up one back, but it's still not over. Cristiano Ronaldo is on the pitch now, so things are going to be different. If at all Chelsea manages to pull off another goal here, and if we manage to win this, I'm not saying we will, but if we manage to do that, then it will be the second time that once Cristiano Ronaldo has come in, we've Manchester United have managed to lose by 2 goals. Like before this as well, once there was like a 1 goal lead and Cristiano Ronaldo came in, 2 goals were scored after that from the opposition.
I
I
just
mean, if at
have
all
a.
that happens.
I mean,
Yeah, go on.
Ziyech just missed a chance from his right foot, which is not his stronger
And
foot. But I have a quote from Roy Keane, who works for Sky at the moment.
yeah, we all
Who
know Roy Keane. Come on. Yeah, go on.
so a certain Irish legend of the game and known for no nonsense and straight talk. The thing
Yeah.
he said is, and over the past uh, over the past 2-3 years he's been there in Sky. He's been criticizing De Gea because of general lack of decent work done by him. That's
Mm.
what Roy Keane's idea was. He says today, after basis
Rudiger
of
save.
on the basis of Callum Hudson-Odoi save and Rudiger's save, uh, he said that I have to give De Gea credit, which is unlike me.
Okay, good to know. I mean, for me, if I'm to be honest, from the last few games that I've been watching, De Gea has been performing decently. The last few
Yeah,
games,
yeah,
it's
he's.
not so bad and all that. As much
I
as
mean,
people put him to be, like he's
last couple of
single-handedly.
seasons, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
last
go on.
couple of seasons he wasn't great. That's
Mm.
why Roy Keane was pretty angry. But this season he's been pretty good. This season he's been pretty good. He's pretty much the standout player in this United team at the moment because
Yeah.
it
And did you
says quite
observe
a
one more thing here? We haven't gotten even a single substitute out until now. I don't know what's going on, man. No, no substitutes, right, for Chelsea until now. I didn't see anyone coming. Did
Just a
you?
second. Let me just check. I don't think I saw anyone as well. Um,
What's happening? You've got Mason Mount. Come on, get something. Are clear the ball here?
Nope. There's no Chelsea substitution, and
This is second substitute for Manchester United. Lingard is coming in. What have we decided we're going to lose this game? 74 minutes and no substitutes in the game. Tuchel is very, he usually is very strict about this substitutes and all that. Like 45 minutes, he brings in substitutes.
these guys are pulling off skills dude against Chelsea's midfield. Matic earlier did a Cruyff turn,
Backfield, yeah.
and the United attack goes backwards because of Aaron Wan-Bissaka's involvement again. So I don't know what to say. Eric Pai is trying to do a Rudiger, which is interesting, and
The thing
that's a
is,
fact.
for me, clearly Chelsea has been the better team playing today. But the problem is that first goal was like Jorginho's mistake, and everything went for a toss from there. You get my point, right? In terms
Yeah.
of gameplay, Chelsea's play has been very good compared to United. But end of the day, the goals is what matters. Doesn't matter how you get it, but you get it. That's what matters. Like
I mean, if again Marcus Alonso on the ball, Hudson Odoi, Jorginho. Jorginho has been pressed.
Silva, good run from
That's
Silva. It's an yellow card there.
for Bruno. Yellow for Bruno. I mean, that's way too easy. I mean, Jorginho lost the ball pretty easily. That's
Yeah.
just that's
Thank
yellow.
God that
That's
Silva was in the right position. Otherwise, that would have been a goal.
yeah, is he fine though? Is Silva fine though?
At the moment, I wouldn't mind even if you take out Silva and bring in Christensen. You've got Christensen on the bench. And he's fit to play and all that. Yeah, Rashford goes out and Lingard comes in. Oh my God, this Lingard is surety to get a goal if he's been put into the last 20-25 minutes. Substitutes Mason Mount, Pulisic, both of them are getting ready. Double substitution.
Yeah,
Dude, you should have got it way more earlier. What are you expecting him to do in 25 minutes? Come on.
15.
Not even 25, 15 minutes.
Alonso's going and Mount is in his place. Pulisic is coming in for
Pulisic will come in for Marcus Alonso.
okay, Hudson Odoi
Hudson
and
Odoi
Marcus.
will be replaced by Mount.
Yeah,
The entire left flank is now replaced.
I hear rumors about Mason Mount
Nah, nah, nah.
moving to not
Nah.
happening.
All that is like some bullshit because the thing is, I'll tell you one thing. Except for Chelsea fans, others don't know what is really happening with Mason Mount. Mason Mount had a wisdom tooth being, there was a
Removed, yeah.
surgery procedure. Yeah,
Surgical procedure, yeah.
yeah. A lot of people don't know that, and since he's not been playing some of the games, he's been in a poor form as well lately.
Yeah.
People started speculating, okay, fine, Mason Mount is going to go out. But the problem is he is not fully fit to play games, and also that's with Chelsea, one thing that happens is like if you prove yourself, if you play well, then you are in the team. Otherwise, whoever you might be, you'll still be on the bench watching the other players play. Werner, come on, you won't get another
Ooh.
easy chance on this. Come on, man.
Why has this game taken a turn of FIFA career mode season 2?
Yeah, I know.
And for I mean there is this is FIFA. This is this
Everyone is
is
trying
this,
to take a shot there, huh?
yeah.
His
Apart
deflection and
from
all that.
Warner. Apart
Yeah,
from Warner, everyone was, which is
I think good block actually from Van Bissaka. Very important block.
yeah. I mean
End of the day, you still block Timo Werner.
yeah, I mean and you kick Thiago Silva. So I know. I don't
Oh,
think it
Was
can
it?
be
Oh, okay, he
considered.
was the one who conceded the penalty, right? Yeah, makes sense.
He volleyed it. I mean, there have been penalties given for far lesser.
Did he get an
Actions.
yellow card for that or no?
No, it wasn't intention. It wasn't intentional, I guess. So there
Yeah,
was no
makes
yellow.
sense. Makes sense. Anthony Taylor has been good today. I mean, it's something odd. I still wait for the next 10 minutes to say that.
Nah, I mean, it's fun, but if we are sure that things. Oh, that's a nice. I
Straight
mean,
to the guy. Dude, you cannot shoot from left only. You're taking a right footed shot. Huh? Hakim Ziyech.
that's nice moment from Mount. Actually, that's very nice because puts the defense in a bit of a spliff. The
Agreed.
midfield. It's a nice move from Mount. I don't think Ronaldo has had a decent touch of the ball yet, which
Yeah,
is
he's been just used for headers right now.
yeah, just
Winning
just
headers there.
l-
Oh,
oh,
Romelu comes in.
I
Third
mean
substitution is
Romelu.
Romelu.
I mean Romelu Lukaku is known to be a flat track police, so
Roma, Roma, Romelu Lukaku, Roma. That's a song that we sing in Stamford
yeah,
Bridge.
yeah.
Where are you passing the ball, idiot?
Oh, nice. I mean
Good
Pulisic.
control from Pulisic, actually. No, no one is that header, dude. Aha, 30-foot shot, huh? Okay, three stems acceptable.
You're not Trent Alexander-Arnold. Don't try that.
He gets it, he gets it.
No, I mean I know.
I know that
It's
this is
just that it
banter,
did.
but then Reece James gets that.
Yeah,
He's very
he
good in
went
terms of
over the
shot
ball.
cover.
He went over. He went under the ball a
For
bit too
me,
much.
Trent is more of someone who relies on his slickness, but this guy is power. He's like enormous power. He puts so much
Yeah,
power on the shot that even if the goalkeeper manages to get the shot, get his hand on the ball, still pass the goal post.
yeah. So he got it a bit wrong. He went under the
Yeah, yeah.
ball a
This
bit too
was a
much.
bit under the ball actually. Yeah.
Could have waited a split second before he took it because if he had done that, it would have been a sweet volley.
Yeah, that's hard actually. Romelu,
Van Bissaka did the needful to pass it to Rudiger.
yeah, you're playing with 12 people. Come on, dude. What's happening in your
That's.
defense? Talking
I
about
mean,
the interception, right?
yeah, and Bruno did did a Bruno thing, which is I don't know what's happened to Bruno all of a sudden. He's just not up to it. It, it his form appears to have slipped down a wee bit. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but okay. Pulisic on okay. Mount, nice.
Good delivery. Eric Bailey with the defense there.
I mean,
Oh, I did not imagine Manchester United match will be this interesting. It's 1-1.
well, now you don't have to
This is
imagine it.
this yeah, I will have to. This is what is a risky place for people like Ronaldo. They can get a goal from somewhere here. How many corners would you guys just miss? Come on, guys. Set pieces. It's been so bad this time. The set pieces. This time it's Ruben Loftus-Cheek who gets the head there. Good leap forward. He did not get
He
it in his
shouldered.
head only. He got it in
He
his
shouldered
shoulder.
it.
Dude, get your head to the ball. It's supposed to be a header, dude. The thing is, now Manchester United will be like wasting time also. They don't mind picking up a point here. Still a win for them.
But never in. I don't think Ronaldo would be like, yeah, just a point. I don't think he would like that. I
Do
don't
you
think
think?
he
Do you think people really care about Ronaldo not
he won't.
getting satisfied with that?
Nah,
I mean, of course,
he
no one is going to care. The thing is, Michael Carrick should be fine with it, and if Carrick is fine, they're going to stay that way. I mean, if it goes to Ronaldo, of course, he's going to try and push for the goal first,
yeah.
but others are going to be in a defensive way. Where? Okay, this option. Good ball in forward, Romelu. Could have gone. Good delivery from Reece James there.
In some other news, not related to football, and this happened a while back. I don't know if you follow F1, but Sir Frank
Yeah, I
Williams,
do.
he passed away earlier today, which is a
Who passed
sad,
away?
sad.
Sorry.
Sir Frank Williams, he was,
Oh, I don't know the history actually, so maybe I'm not. I will not be able to recollect the names. I know the current F1 team and all that. So,
yeah, so he was, he was the founder of Williams F1, the team which,
oh, Williams Racing. Okay.
yeah, so it's just, it's sad. He's an accomplished racer himself.
Okay. AWB has missed a ball. Hakim Ziyech, just run quickly, dude. What's the problem with you? There's no defense only there. Silva. Had it not been for Silva this game, I don't know where we would have been. Don't tell me you guys cannot break Manchester United defense. Come on. Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Take a shot, dude. Corner. What would you do with a corner? It's not even corner, huh?
Yeah, it's
Goalkeeper
a
take it.
corner. Yeah, it's a corner. It's a corner. So this is again the difference which I'd
15
mentioned.
meters and one corner.
This is the difference which I'd mentioned earlier. By the way, if that long ball was cleared, if the long ball
Mm,
cleared was chased by a Rashford or a Sancho,
mm, mm.
we would. Wait, what? What? How? Hmm.
There's no one to block the counter, is it? Like, oh my god. For a second, if Reece James had not been there in the right point, right place, right time. Oh, shit.
You have. What have you done? You
Mendy,
stupid man. Fred, you stupid man.
he missed it. He missed it. But Mendy, poor distribution, dude.
Why?
Cannot do
Why?
that.
There was Ronaldo right there. I mean, you could have picked him out. He let him score. Why are you? Why was he going for the chip?
Fred was like, okay, your defense is not passing the ball properly to you. Let me do that.
Yeah,
He did that
I
to
mean,
Mendy now.
just imagine Manchester United have scored twice with Fred being one
Counter.
of the scorers. Is there any more that
Yeah.
any lower
Mendy
that
is
this
just
game could
having.
go?
I know
I
he was
mean,
on pressure, but this should have been a simple
he
distribution.
he. The
Ronaldo was
more I
onside
look,
also.
the the more I look at that shot from the whatever
What
from Fred.
what problem does this Bruno Fernandes have? Every single time he's always frustrated at someone every time.
Yeah, Van de Beek's back. I mean that's how Bruno is. So, and
Or
yeah,
they've just given something for writing. They've written something in there.
yeah, yeah. Just eat
They've
that piece
written
of paper.
in that paper. They would have written, "Don't take shots when Ronaldo is in front of you."
I mean, I just have a question. Where does that piece of paper go? Buy done by
Lukaku.
things.
No rules hand. Isn't it handball? Just appeal for handball, guys. Randomly got it in his face, I guess.
And that's a telling. No, it's McTominay. That's.
Face
Ooh,
McTominay.
that's.
That's got a sting.
Yeesh. Brave, brave lad.
And he was trying to defend, basically. Not brave and all. He's like trying to take his face away and he got it in his face. That's it. It's a draw.
How much? It depends on how much stoppage time this game is going to get. And for an interim manager, this guy's done a pretty half decent job.
Yeah, yeah. This is Stamford Bridge, first of all. Coming here, pulling away with a draw is also a great thing.
Oh Lord, that is. I'm just looking at the Jorginho mistake
Jorginho
in all its
replay.
glory. 5 minutes of additional time, and we have Thomas Tuchel.
Yeah, he's frustrated. He's just saying we'll add post that also if these guys are not getting up. Don't worry.
That was a pretty solid hit to the jaw. Ooh, he looks groggy. But did he get? Did he lose any of his teeth?
Yeah, no.
It's going to
And
jar. It's going to be a jarring thing, obviously, because it was from close range. It was hitting on
still
the lower
Hakim's
jaw.
age,
So
right? I
he's
don't know if
got a
he's hit it with the left leg. Obviously, there'll be
left
a lot
leg,
of force.
left
Yeah,
leg.
then it's dangerous. I mean, that guy is super good at left foot. I mean, it's powerful actually. Not saying that he's
Yes,
phenomenal and all that. He's very powerful. Left foot is powerful.
yeah, it is. It is. So it's
Get
nice to
out,
see
dude!
Scott.
What are you doing?
Yeah, it's nice to see Mr. Scott McTominay.
That's it. I look out for Anthony. Good job by Anthony Taylor.
I mean, at least he's on his. I mean, okay. So what's
It is so
the
quick the way that he showed that look. It should be 97 minutes actually. We lost
yeah?
1.55 minutes.
I mean, the wage is.
Again,
Do you want
dude.
it to be 95 now? Do you
Yeah,
want the time to be 95? Dude, Fred is tackling Loftus Cheek. That should not happen. Is offside.
that's it.
That's
It's Ronaldo.
offside. I would say that's offside. But
Still a good job.
Thiago Silva is wa- yeah, yeah, and Thomas Tuchel is angry. Yeah, it's David Coote is the fourth official. Just whole abuse at that Coote. Just whole abuse at that Tuchel.
So obviously
That's offside.
offside. Should have stopped the
Oh,
game
that's
there.
that's
92
offside.
minutes. You just let the game pass. What
Yeah,
is
and remember you said something with regards to
Anthony Taylor?
Anthony Taylor doing a good job. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No,
and
that was
it's
that was not his concern anyways, right? He's not the linesman though. So
so I the only thing I'd say for this matter is yeah, Thomas Tuchel, if you're angry, please vent it out at David Coote. I have personal anger against that man.
he's gonna
He
get an
was
yellow card now. He's gonna get an
yeah,
yellow
yeah,
card.
yes, sure, why not? Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah. Obviously, I mean,
Oh, Anthony Taylor.
that's I mean Anthony Taylor's not gonna look at the fact that it's the linesman's fault at the moment. But yeah, this is potentially. Nah, I mean, Who am I kidding?
Fred had a decent game today, to be honest.
I mean, Ronaldo is being
Just
marked
say
by either
it's
Rudiger or Lukaku.
and it's
It
good to
was,
do that. I mean, those
no,
guys can do it.
he was trying to push Lukaku to get to the ball. Lukaku was standing like this. Try. Yeah,
That guy is
yeah,
a beast, dude.
a bit more on the right, dude. I didn't get a proper massage from my physio. Please, it was that. I guess it was either Lukaku or Rudiger. I don't think.
Rudiger. Both of them are the same, actually. Rudiger at least is a bit thin in the structure, but Kaku is like beast.
I mean, I guess they got everyone to defend the corners. I guess Lukaku stayed at the back. That's my reasoning for that. But yeah, it was pretty. Ronaldo was trying to move, and this guy was standing like this. Yes. Ooh, ooh.
He'll get an
That's
yellow card. He's
Jorginho
like
already
he
has
wanted
a
to
yellow
stop the
card.
attack. That's all.
Yeah,
No, he doesn't have that.
oh, thank God. So the reason why I say that since the fourth official is David Court, I wanted Thomas Tuchel to go batshit crazy in that on that guy's face, is because he was the referee who did the farcical thing when Van Dijk got injured
Oh,
against Everton last season.
okay, got it. I know what you have against Fred.
What is Fred doing? Oh,
Bailey gets
Bai
another
is
card.
got. I mean, at this moment, it's like, yeah. Wait, what? 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 Wan Bissaka? Okay, thank God. I mean, the universe has come to a normal standstill. Okay, good. Or because Wan Bissaka was trying to juggle the ball or something on those lines. And Mr. Lukaku,
Lukaku. What are you doing,
he
dude?
he got tackled by
He's
Van de
trying to
Beek.
dribble there. Good one from Rudiger. Counter. Come on, counter. One counter. Mason Mount. Running forward. Put the ball to Mason Mount. What are you trying to get? Like, fouls won't help you this time, dude.
I mean,
Yeah,
it
go on.
was
Keep
to be
going.
fair, it was Ronaldo was running back to get the ball. Ooh,
Pulisic.
that's good.
Stay! Rudiger. Just got on target, man. I cannot
There's
tell
going to be
anything about this guy also.
there's going to be some more time added on to this because of all the
No, I think it's already in the extra time, right? I don't think so. Once the goalkeeper kicks it, that's it.
no. I guess there'll be some more because there was a fracas involving Thomas Tuchel and whatnot. I mean, over here I have a bone to pick with Van Bissaka. Why did he tuck in so quickly and let
Why did he what?
tuck in so? Why did he come inside a bit too quickly? Because that left a lot of space for Rudiger, and Rudiger
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
had a no, fine.
That's it.
I mean,
Done.
fine
With the
by me. I
goalkeeper kick,
mean,
it's done.
fine by me.
This is ridiculous, man. 30 points, 13 games for Chelsea Football Club. Manchester United gets a point as well, and Chelsea drop a couple of points here in the top of the Premier League, which allows now Liverpool to chase them hard even more. Uh,
Liverpool's third, City is second. City won against West Ham, I believe. Yeah, City
yeah,
won
they
2-1
won again.
against West Ham. So
What's the Premier League table looking like now?
it's Chelsea first, City second, Liverpool third, all separated by a single point each. So there's 2 points between Chelsea and Liverpool, 1 point between Chelsea and City.
At least we're still in the top of the table
Yeah.
mathematically. It all comes down to the way that every single team performs post this. We do not anymore have the sort of advantage that we had earlier. One costly drop against Burnley and now one against Manchester City puts Chelsea's title hopes a bit of dent in Chelsea's title hopes. Liverpool and Man City are in clear cut form right now. the way they're performing as well. It's been exceptional the way that they're performing. They're class above right now. Hopefully, Chelsea can continue the same and continue to lead at the top of the table. It's going to be a very difficult job, though.
I wouldn't put it past Chelsea because they were on a pretty spectacular run of form earlier because they got the results, and at the end of the day, that's what mattered. Uh, City costly points dropped against Crystal Palace. I mean, that the problem is, apart from Chelsea, no other team in the top took advantage of that because when Crystal Palace came up to City and beat them
Yeah,
2-0 at the Etihad, Liverpool conspired to draw against Brighton, a pretty good Brighton side, in fact.
yeah,
And Chelsea was doing its thing. It was beating teams left, right, and center at that point of time. So now at least it's good that there is another team in the title charge, is what I'd say, because City and Liverpool, of course, I would want Liverpool to win. I don't want City to win at all. Chelsea, I have some respect for them because of what they were before Abramovich came in, because they had won FA Cups and they had employed a few great players like
mm,
Gianfranco Zola and Rod Hullet as well was there in Chelsea at that point of time, and Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank also was a pretty decent player. So I have
yeah.
respect for Chelsea, and it's just supplemented by the amount of well. But City, I'm not too keen on them winning again.
Yeah, I don't want them to win back-to-back Premier League titles. It won't look good on the other teams as well. Anyways, yeah, disappointing performance from Chelsea. Jorginho got the goal, at the same time also gave the goal. I don't know how to rate his performance if I'm to be honest. He did manage to get one past De Gea, that much I'll say, but he also dropped points, which means that Chelsea now are in a territory that they wouldn't want to be, if I'm to be honest. Um, the the games that they have post this will have to be in their favor, and probably they'll have to rely on the top two teams, City and Liverpool, dropping points elsewhere. But at this point in time, the way that these teams are playing, I don't see them dropping points actually. So we move on. We move on. The game is done. There's a lot to
I,
talk about this game. We can definitely analyze this game and talk a lot about this game.
I was just
Yeah,
looking
you
at
had
the
something?
goals scored. I was just looking at the goals scored by the top three teams. Chelsea scored 31. City scored close to 26. Liverpool scored
Yeah,
39 so far.
39, 39. Yeah. Yeah, they're winning everyone again. Like against everyone, they're winning in like three nil, 4-0, not even 3-0. It's usually 4-0 or 5-0. That's how they win. So clearly they win. In the next game, actually, it's going to be a difficult one. They're playing against West Ham now, Chelsea, but then
Oh,
Liverpool on the other hand, they're playing against
Everton.
Wolves.
Wolves or
Wolves,
Everton?
right? Okay. Sorry. What is the next
Yeah,
fixture? First,
I think
okay,
it's Everton.
okay.
I
2nd of December,
think
we're
it's
playing against Watford. Um, Chelsea are playing against Watford, City against Aston Villa, Liverpool against Everton.
yeah, it's
So
Thursday.
yeah,
Oh,
it's happening
Thursday.
Thursday. There's a midweek game actually. There is a weekend game as well. The weekend game is West Ham for Chelsea, Wolves for
Wolves.
Liverpool, and City will play against Watford. If I'm to be honest, amongst the three teams, Chelsea has the most difficult fixture. Watford,
Yeah,
yeah, not so difficult, but they also got a win over Manchester United, which we were not able to. So, and after that, we also have to play against West Ham United. That's going to be difficult. That's definitely going to be difficult. That too in their home ground, London Stadium. Um, so if we pick up a point there, if we pick up like 6 points out there, then we'll continue to stay on the top. But there's a good possibility we might not against West Ham.
and just some background behind Watford. They lost 4-2 against Leicester City, which is in no way a bad score line. The performance would have been great, obviously, because Mr. Dilly Ding Dilly Dong is doing his thing again. So it's just great, great to see him back. And yeah, it's It's going to be an interesting season, that's for sure. And given an interesting season usually involves me getting a lot of paperbacks for my own sanity, I might have to go and stock them right now, because anytime there's been an exciting game, there have been a few instances to, like, I mean, Liverpool, Manchester City, 17-18. When after Coutinho left, I had to employ paperbacks to breathe into, because of the game being way too hectic for my liking. It usually does not bode well for your heart, that it's pumping at such a rate during the game. So this
Yeah.
looks like a season where that might happen more often than needed, which is not something I'm looking forward to. But sure,
Yeah.
why
Either way,
not?
there's a Tottenham Burnley game that got postponed midweek to
Yeah,
midweek. So I'm not sure how they will schedule that game as well. So that's one more game that will happen during the week. So this week is going to be pretty much interesting with a lot of games to come. The date is yet to be confirmed. Tottenham Burnley at Turf Moor Burnley.
but you should have seen Sean Dyke coming onto the pitch too. He was just Everyone was wearing an overcoat, a hoodie, or something to protect themselves from the cold. Sean Dyke,
Mhm.
shirt, pant, tie, nothing else. He just rocked up like, "Hey lads, what's happening here? Oh, it's
Hey, we've
just
got
snowing."
Prasanna as well on the stream. Hi, Prasanna.
Hi, bro. Excuse me for my
Disappointment,
voice.
disappointment. That's
Yeah,
okay, no
I'm
problem.
actually just came out of a screening. It was absolutely mad here.
Okay. Well, what's the emotions there? Jorginho with a pretty bad mistake, but then he also got the goal. I don't know how to rate his performance
Yeah,
though.
generally in those situations, it would be Kante.
Yeah, it would be
Generally,
Kante. Of course,
the
we
last
can't
man
take
is
it.
would be Kante. I mean, Jorginho, I'm not sure. Like,
He
I mean,
didn't
probably
control the ball
someone could have
properly.
been there to help him because that was just a long ball, and
Yeah,
sometimes you don't get a touch right. And by the time he got his touch wrong, there were two. There was Sancho and Rashford on either side, so there
exactly.
was no chance
And
for that. And again, another
uh,
game like
Prasanna, the
Burnley.
problem is you know that United are going to hit you on the counter, which means that you don't have to commit all your personnel in for the corner or whatever set piece that you're working there. You probably have to have a couple of men behind because they obviously are risky. We saw the other chance as well where Ronaldo could have just run in if he was a bit onside. Silva did a good job in terms of defending, but then it was called offside later. But what I'm trying to say is the way that we prepared for this game, we could have done a better more preparation because when you know United is going to hit on your counter, you have to have your last man, at least couple of last men there to support the cause. But important 2 points last year, Prasanna. What do you think will be the repercussions of it in the context of the season today?
Yeah, I think if you want to win the league, these are the type of games you have to win. I mean, I remember the times we won the league, we would they would be at least we would have beaten Man United at home, or at
Mm.
least like at all the seasons we won the league, we've beaten United at home. So I mean, these are the games. I mean, you look at the big games you played. Liverpool away, we got a fantastic point at Anfield. I would take that. Man City at home, we lost. United at home, 2 points dropped. And these are like the games that you want to like at least at home. Away,
Mm.
you'll be probably satisfied with the point. But at
Yeah,
home, you need to win these games in order to win the league. Now the gap is just 1 point, and
correct.
with the fixtures piling up like anything in towards December, January, this is where we see who stands out and who doesn't. Because we all know Liverpool and Man City will, because they have
Yeah,
a manager who has been in that situation before, and if they have, and even if City have injuries, they have backups, and their squad depth is ridiculous. Liverpool, if they keep their squad fit, they will definitely run
they
through
know
all
what
the
they're doing.
fixtures. Yeah, exactly. But for us, this is where we stand. Yeah, we played Watford next, and then we play West Ham, and yeah, there's so many fixtures going on.
Yeah,
I
and
just hope
Watford
that
West
we
Ham as
can.
well is happening in a very small duration. We've got a midweek game against Watford, and then towards the weekend we've got West Ham. West Ham is not going to be easy playing against them,
I
specifically
mean,
in the
no
London
game is
Stadium.
easy in the Premier League, and that's the thing. So
Yeah,
I felt 2 points last year, not the way to end your Thanksgiving weekend, but At least it was fun being here and screening with everyone, chatting. That was fun. That was probably the only positive I take out of today. I mean,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Jacob
we
says
missed Alonso
Alonso is
massively.
absolutely,
Alonso was so slow today.
yeah.
I mean, the points in the first half for Hudson-Odoi, his final output was poor. He would get there, but his final output was poor.
Mm.
Ruben Loftus-Cheek, I mean, towards second half, he showed glimpses of what he can do, but first half, he was kind of a pale shadow of himself. And again, I was standing with these people, and I said to one person at halftime, this has probably got 1-0 Ronaldo written all over it.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, we make one mistake and they capitulate, and that moment I thought we were not going to score, and then surprise, Anthony Taylor gives us a penalty. Who would have thought that would have
Who
happened?
would have thought Anthony Taylor would be doing a professional job in refereeing today? I mean, I was expecting Anthony Taylor to give a couple of red cards, just hand out a couple of red cards as if, a cookie for the
Yeah,
Christmas or
towards
the
the end
Halloween.
you saw yellow, 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 yellow. You
Yeah,
come
he does
yellow,
that.
you come yellow. Tuchel yellow.
I
Everybody
mean,
Yeah.
else.
that was his best impersonation of Oprah Winfrey. You get a yellow card. You get a yellow card. You also get a yellow card.
Oh,
So yeah,
it was
man.
funny. It
Yeah,
was funny.
that's the long weekend over, and back to work as usual from tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah. Could have been
But
a
yeah,
better
anyway,
start to the week had Chelsea won this game, but we move on. We
yeah.
move on.
But at least we're still top by a point, so that's okay. But we have to,
Mathematically, yeah, we're fine now.
yeah.
But
Again, even that Burnley game, we were so like we were 1-0, we were in control of the game, and then one a ball into the box, and then they scored. They could have won it at the end though, and it's these sort of minute things that will stop you from winning the league. Generally, when you
exactly.
when you're going for the league title, these games you have to win at home. Burnley at home we should win. This one, United at home, we should have won today.
Mm.
But yeah, let's see. You never know. It's the crunch time. It's December time. I think after we play Liverpool on Jan 2nd,
Yeah.
if we are still top by then, I would fancy us to go all the way.
So,
If we
Prasanna,
if we
I
are
wanted to check with you on one more thing. Given the
yeah
current performance that Alonso just gave today, right, a glimpse of what he can possibly do. Do you think? I know it's a bit early to talk about this, but do you think we should seriously be considering going to the market for a left wing back in the January winter transfer window?
of course, because at least if we had Emerson, we would have said okay, we have someone, we have Emerson. But now that we sold him, it is imperative that we have to go for left wing back, because Alonso is like, the thing is, Alonso is good on the ball when he has space. When you press him, that's where he panics and makes a mistake. And he's not pacey. He is pretty slow, and that's one thing that is hindering his game.
Yeah,
And yeah, we have to go for
Jacob
left
is
wing back.
agreeing with you 100% on it. Jacob Kerechu saying that absolutely we'll have to go for the market. Market is a must. And
Yeah,
if at
but
all we
who we
go,
buy,
we don't have
or
options.
whether we look, or who we buy, or whether we look in house, whether we try Aspi there, or whether we
Mm,
um change our system to four at the back with Aspi, where we have to see how that happens.
yeah,
Yeah,
agreed.
let's see. I mean, our next two games we have to take 6 points out of it, so that is a must. And Liverpool, they play Everton this week. Everton on Wednesday or Thursday, I'm not sure, and I'm not sure who Man City play.
They play against Watford in the weekend. Their midweek game would be against. Just a second, let me check.
Yeah, that's the thing.
The midweek game is against Aston Villa.
They're not dropping points in either of them.
They're
So
not dropping points.
yeah,
So
so we have to
today
win.
one thing
So
that I felt was a mistake from our end, Prasanna, was that we played Werner for the entire 90 minutes. For me, Werner is not a 6 yard box player. I would have preferred Pulisic to be in there because the number of crosses that Ziyech, Reece James, and Hudson-Odoi were able to deliver, and everything was into that 6 yard box. And we didn't have anyone to finish it because Werner was tracking back and supporting the midfield area, which he doesn't have to necessarily do. I'm not expecting him to be like a Kane there, right? So what The concern was I would have preferred Pulisic there because Pulisic would have done a better job at positioning himself in the right areas at the right point. We've seen plenty of times he's scoring goals from the 6 yard box. He directly gets into the goal once he scores the goal, right? That's the sort of force that he comes in and then scores a goal for Chelsea. But we definitely missed that sort of a personality
And
today.
one thing, now that Lukaku came on today, I think he'll probably I think Lukaku would start up front and Werner will get in that two alongside Hudson-Odoi. That's what at Watford.
Could be a
That's what I
support
think.
striker sort of a thing.
Yeah, that's what because Werner's better as a support striker than as a striker. That's the thing with him.
Agreed.
At least at his
Agreed.
tenure at Chelsea, everything he does apart from finishing, he works with that. His finishing is just the thing, and Lukaku is better than Werner at finishing. I mean, to be frank, Lukaku hardly had any chances today. To be honest, I mean, we credit United though; they had a game plan. They defended very well. I mean, no
They look
Maguire
better.
defending. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, I mean, you see the way that they can perform without Maguire, and everyone, we all said, right, if Maguire is not playing, it's advantage United, and they showed why it was an advantage today. Tuchel was asleep today with his subs, took forever to make subs. Would you agree with that, Prasanna? I felt 75 minutes was too long to bring in substitutions. Like they had already brought in two substitutions while we started to bring a double substitution. Mount and Pulisic, though Mount and Pulisic looked good in the team. 15 minutes was not the right time for them to even get a goal against this Manchester United team. So maybe 40, like usually how Tuchel does is around 60 minutes. Bring in these substitutions for 30 minutes. Something of that sort could have done.
I thought he could have maybe brought on the subs when United scored. But okay, I thought when we scored, I was like, okay, bring on the subs now. We have got the goal. We're in the ascendancy. Let's just go for it. But I think he kind of played the waiting game, and that didn't help.
Okay, quickly, Aniruddha. Aniruddha is a Liverpool fan here. So, in the context of the league and from a Liverpool perspective, Chelsea dropping a couple of points here. How important is this for you going forward in the league as well? You know your run of games that you would have for the next couple of fixtures. So, how do you think? How much of an impact this particular draw would have on Liverpool's title chances?
The title chances, yes, massive. But I don't know. See, it's the best thing that Liverpool can do at the moment is not to worry about what's going on because, and that's pretty much what the manager would have told the team as well. It doesn't matter what the other teams are going through. Just focus on the games that we have at our hand, and that should do us good. And but having said that, I mean, obviously that's easier said than done. People are definitely going to look at the game, and there would be a bit. The fans would be happy that Chelsea were held by Man United, although it was a favor we did not expect to have happened, but it did. So that's weird. But at the same time, I don't. Given the run of fixtures that we have as well, it's right now. It's we have Everton who are in a bit of a slump at the moment. But since it's the Merseyside derby, it's going to be hectic. It's going to be. Everton usually show up over the past couple of seasons. They showed up during the derbies, so that's going to be an interesting game to look out for. And given it's Rafa Benitez coming back to Anfield as Everton manager, that's going to be.
No, I think it's at Goodison.
Is it at Goodison?
I think it's at Goodison.
Yeah, it's at Goodison Park. Correct.
Yeah.
So great. So if it's at Goodison, it's the traveling cop would be obviously. I mean, there won't be any ill feelings towards Rafa Benitez because from the majority of the fans that I had seen through on social media, and I know social media is not the best indicator of this. There seems to be goodwill around the fact that Benitez is in Liverpool managing a club like Everton because Liverpool is his city. He lives in Liverpool. His family lives in Liverpool, and he was just going around places. He was going to Newcastle, where he was sacked acrimoniously. Went to China to get his bank account settled, and when he's back, Now he's back to Liverpool, so there won't be any ill will. At least I hope there is no ill will towards Rafa Benitez. That's a very interesting match to look forward to. Obviously, then you have Wolves, who are, I'm not too sure what their position is at the moment, but it is if it's in the Molineux, it's irrespective of whether it's in the Molineux or Anfield, it is going to be tough because they are again another team who show up, and the constant fear of a certain Adama Traore really is. I
Yeah,
mean, he can, if he shows up, he can rinse any defense on his own. He
yeah,
can pretty
agreed.
much take people apart, and especially he's definitely going to target Trent Alexander-Arnold for obvious reasons because of his slightly suspect defensive ability. So that's going to be a match to look out for. But having said all this, this whole season would depend on would the destination of the title, as say, would be decided in January, because
Agreed. Agreed.
there's the African Cup of Nations.
And any plans
We
for
are
you guys in the winter transfer window? Like any players that you guys are probably going to go for?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay.
One
Because
thing, sorry to cut you off, mate. Regarding Benitez, the thing is, I mean, see, generally, like managers or players, when they say there is no loyalty, there are salaried employees at the end of the day. Wherever you get work, you go.
you
I
go,
mean,
yeah, precisely.
yeah, and he
Yeah,
went around, and Everton came calling. It's not that every day you get a chance to manage a Premier League team, and
yeah,
Everton came calling. I mean, you obviously have those feelings, but when a Premier League team calls you, it's hard to say no.
yeah. So, which is why, and given the fact that the club he'll be managing is in the city where his family also lives, that made the
I
choice a
mean, both
bit more
stadiums are
easier.
literally a stone's throw away.
Yeah, just 900 meters away, 900
Yeah,
yards away. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm glad that he's there in the Premier League. I'm glad that he's in the city
yeah.
of Liverpool with his family. So yeah, there will be no ill. I don't think there would be any ill will shown towards Rafa Benitez, because he's the manager who got us the fifth Champions League and an FA Cup as well in his tenure at Liverpool, and he's a pretty well liked manager in the red side of Liverpool. So yeah, I don't think there'll be any ill will. But as I was saying, African Cup of Nations, for sure we won't be going for any signings because we don't have the money. Where are we going to get the money from? Uh, so having said that, we have Salah going, we have Mane going, we have Naby Keita going as well. And there is still a bit of confusion with regards to the game against Chelsea on January 2nd. Are they going to play? Are they not going to play? There's no clarity over there as well. So that is a bit more of a conundrum. But January 2nd and till whenever the African Cup of Nations is done, that we should get a clear idea on where this title is going to head. Because I believe Edward Mend Edward Mendy is I don't know the nationality. So is he's
Yeah,
from
Mendy is Senegal.
Senegal. Senegal.
Mendy is
Senegal?
Senegal.
Great,
He'll be going. Ziyech is Morocco. He'll be going.
he'll be going as well. Yeah. So see,
Yeah.
so so there is going to be the only club who I see having an advantage is Manchester City, because and Mendy going, he's the goalkeeper who's done extremely well.
Yeah.
So he'd be replaced by Kepa, who has, let's say, he's had his moments of
Yeah.
misfortune.
Yeah. Agreed.
Just look at that, man. 24 shots and only 6 on target. That is Chelsea's game summed up for you.
Yeah. So bad, actually. I mean, the number of corners that we had as well. We've got 15 corners compared to Manchester
It
United's
had to
2
take
corners.
Ziyech to hit a Chelsea player.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed. I mean, the thing is, Alonso's corners were so poor that many a times it did not even cross the first person. And you could see 38 clearances done by Manchester United compared to 5 clearances done by Chelsea, which means that they've not been in our box that much to impact the game. But then one time we lose them on the counter, that's it. The game was done. That's exactly what bigger teams like United will do, and you should have been ready for that. And that's exactly what I think we missed the trick there. 24 shots compared to 3 shots from Manchester United. I don't know how they pulled off a draw here. 24 shots and 3 shots, 6 shots on target from Chelsea, 2 shots on target for Manchester United,
I
out of which one
guarantee
was
you, if
converted
this
to a
is
goal.
Liverpool, this is at least 6 or 7-0.
Exactly,
At
exactly, for
least.
sure.
If they had 24, if they had at least 12 shots, at least 7 of them would be on target.
Makes sense, definitely. And
Because
the number of offsides as well, we lead with 2 compared to 1 from Ronaldo, which was for Manchester United. Yellow cards, 5 yellow cards from Manchester United. They've been historically getting a lot of yellow cards. I don't know how they're, what sort of a tactic is that? But then Manchester United, the way that I've been seeing them for the last 4 or 5 matches, is that they've been getting plenty of yellow cards. It doesn't matter if it is Anthony Taylor or not. They would have got still 5 yellow cards had it been another referee as well. 2 yellow cards for Chelsea. Fouls conceded 14 from Manchester United, while 13 for Chelsea. So all in all, this is Chelsea game to lose 65 percentage of ball possession, while Manchester United just enjoying 34 percentage. We did not do what we are supposed to do with that 65 percentage ball possession. That's the saddest part of the story. Manchester United won, Chelsea won at the Stamford Bridge.
Somewhere Jose Mourinho must be like, yes, this is the kind of football I had tried to play in United and got the sack.
I love the
with the
impersonation.
Chelsea, I think we will got the 3 points, easy 3 points.
Yes. Yeah.
This was
Now
Maybe the
we know
effect
how
of
it
Manchester
feels
United is still there.
when we play for when we have all the stats in our favor, but yet we get nothing out of it. Now I kind of know how it feels. All these years you
Yeah,
were like, yeah, you can't take your chances. You can't take your chances. We took our chances, but now it's like, oh my god, now we really know what the opposition feel when we hit house a victory.
exactly. When we talk about counter attack, Chelsea historically has been very good at counter attack. When this counter attack has been deployed against us, you know what? We don't know how to react to it. Beck says disappointing from us. Yes, true, Bex. I mean, honestly, to watch this game in the live, it was so bad. The kind of error that Jorginho committed as well. I don't know how he managed to do that, man. I still cannot believe a player that we've been talking about for Ballon d'Or nomination and all that, he is the last man. He should have done a better job at that. You cannot definitely give a Ballon d'Or for a player like this. If you miss chances like this, obviously you are in no contention compared to Lewandowski, who's got just a hat trick in the winter a couple of days back in the Champions League. You're in no contention for a Ballon d'Or right now. I don't know what to say. He was closely in contention for the title, and now that's gone as well. I mean, if you play this way, it's not going to take you anywhere. I still cannot believe 65 percentage ball possession for Chelsea, 35 for Manchester United. What's happening? What just happened today? The last man was not properly positioned. We had to have a couple of players as the last man if it is going to be like a counter-attacking team. You should have read the game better. I don't know if I can tell this. Jacob just mentioned in the chat as well. I don't know if this is true, guys. Let me know if this is what really happened today. I'm gonna pull out that. Yeah, not this one. Let's start. Okay, I missed that chat. Okay, it's here. Is this statement right? Carrick outsmarted Tuchel. Simple. Would you agree to that, Pandals?
I don't think so. He had a game plan, yes. They stuck to their game plan, yes. It was not like, I don't know how to say it. I mean, if this had happened to Chelsea, we would have said the same thing. I mean, let's make no mistake about it. But I mean, give credit to him. They had a game plan. They wanted to defend. They like they scored 1 goal. I genuinely thought when they scored, it would just be either 1-0 or Ronaldo hitting the final goal 2-0 and they would win. But outsmarted is, I mean, in a way, yes, because historically if you put a low block against Chelsea, we find it hard to score. Like, and that's the thing. We have to get some sort of brilliance. And the thing is, like, we seem so afraid to shoot. I mean,
Agreed.
there were
A lot
times
of
when we
places.
could have shot and we opted for the easier route. Let's just go
Yeah.
sideways. Let's get our passing stats, passing accuracy up.
Makes sense. Makes sense. And a lot of times, our defenders were, I mean, our strikers were blocking the shots from our midfielders, right? I saw Werner blocking a couple of shots. I mean, what's going on, dude? Like, you're supposed to give way for the shot to even reach the goalkeeper. Before that, you're blocking the shot from your end. Like, that was the sort of poor positioning that we did as well. Beck says that poor mistake from J5, but he was arguably our best player in the first half prior to that goal. Agreed. Wasteful in front of the goal. Subs came too late.
See, first half, United did
Beautifully
absolutely
summed up
nothing.
by Bex.
See,
Yeah.
first half, United did absolutely nothing. We can all say that. I mean, did Mendy have anything
Agreed.
to do in that first half?
Now I felt we should have gotten 2-0 when we had the chance in the first half. I thought the first half should have been a Chelsea 2
Yeah,
Manchester
and
United.
one chance where Werner tries to hit out of the like outside of the foot shot. I mean, what are you doing? Just put your laces through it. You're in front of goal, and he
Yeah.
try and do an out like what is that called? Outside of foot. What is that called?
Yeah. He was trying to do it. I thought Aniruddha got the term right. He said something. Uh,
It's
what was
try
that
to
shot
slice
that
the
he
ball.
took? Yeah, he was trying to slice the ball from his outside foot.
I
So
mean,
um,
just put your laces through it and just put it
exactly.
in. I mean,
In that particular situation, he was not marked at all. Like he was completely free. He could have taken a touch, a couple more touches as well, and then gone for a shot. It was just De Gea and him
even
on.
Rudiger on the last goal. I mean, I don't blame him. He's not a striker. But
Yeah,
I mean, but I think it's that sometimes you're I mean you're somehow found you're free in the box. You just want to have a shot and surprise up and that was probably the last kick of the game. And we were all sitting here thinking, okay, something was happening when Ziyech put in the ball for Pulisic and the cross was about to come in. Oh man, if only Rudiger had scored, this place would have my shirt would have been full of beer. But yeah, wasn't to be.
yeah, you missed that. Carrick never outsmarted Tuchel, says Bex. We created 24 chances to their 3, and they scored from an error from us. Definitely, I wouldn't. I mean, outsmarted is a strong word to use here. It was not basically outsmarted, but then he got whatever he wanted to get from here. The result, probably a point, is also something that United would have been happy with. And they came to Stamford Bridge. Let's not forget they've come to Stamford Bridge to get this 1 point. So it's a win situation for them. It's almost close to a win for them because yeah, they've not got the 3 points, but it's still a draw in the den of the home. I mean, champions of Europe. At the same time, the team that is in the top of the league right now, they're still managing to get a 1 point here. It is still good job for an interim manager, and he is handing over the team now to Rangnick as well. And I'm not scared. I'm now feeling a bit more scared about Manchester United if they can play this way. And when Rangnick comes in and then starts to implement his own tactics, I know it's going to take some bit of time, like how Aniruddha was talking about earlier as well. It's going to take 5 or 6 weeks for him to at least get his tactics understood by the players, Manchester United players. But they can be in the top 4 contention now.
Yeah,
Aniruddha, what do you
I
think
do,
is the
and we
realistic
have
possibility?
and not to forget, we have to still play both the Manchester clubs away.
Yeah.
And that's going to be even hard. I mean, we still have Liverpool to play. We have Arsenal to play. I'm not sure when that will be. We have Spurs to play. Spurs have now got Conte. They will have the new manager bounce. And I mean, obviously, no game is easy in the Premier League, but it's these type of games that these type of games we have to win. I mean, we weren't punished because of the draw against Burnley because Liverpool drew to Brighton and City lost to Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace, yeah.
And Liverpool also lost to West Ham. So in that way, there's not much of damage. But if you look now, that result seems even more significant if you look at this draw.
Right.
So and that's the thing. When you draw points and others around you win, that's when the gap starts closing. And yeah, man, it's disappointing. And this could differentiate between us winning being in a title race or not. I think the worst will finish in this season. I think is third. I think the top 3 will be Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea in whatever
Yeah.
order that would be.
Hmm.
But yeah, man, I think
You know what? In some context of it, if you see this particular situation, even if you finish third, not that I don't have confidence in Chelsea, but Tuchel has been stressing so much on the importance of it. We finished at the fourth spot earlier, and now we are trying to progress from that, right? So he's always time and again said this particular thing. We're not challenging for the title right now. I don't understand why the media is so much focused on Chelsea when we have just finished fourth in the previous game. Previous season. We're just moving on for the to finish further above that. So don't consider us as title contenders, is what Tuchel has been repeatedly saying. But I don't really want to believe that, because Tuchel in his mind, he knows that that is a realistic possibility, and we could definitely get to the title and then do it, because the way that we initially sorted out our initial games was amazing. Because Chelsea had one of the, let's be honest about it, Chelsea had one of the most difficult fixtures to start off with this season. The initial 6 games that Chelsea had in the closed interval as well, we had one of the most difficult fixtures, but we managed to cope up with that, and we came in, did not get saturated out of the Champions League victory, ensured that we got all our wins. But then I think we are making an error in dropping points against Burnley and United at this current scenario, where we should have picked up a game, and this could come back to haunt us, in the future, definitely. And I don't know how significant this drop of points are going to be. I'm just going to read out a chat here as well from Bex. Guys, meanwhile, I've pinged on the chat window the link to come in and have your say. We'll have the stream open for another 15 minutes if you want to hop in and have your say. The stream is always open, as usual. Bex says our best players were Silva and James. I don't know how. When I think back about this game, maybe if he had not Silva in this game, he would have lost the game.
Easy. Silva was outstanding today. 37. He's defying age. I don't even think I can even run at that pace at 37, let alone at 27. Because
yeah, I can't do it. I'm 25.
That shows how much you want to do for your team. He can easily just be here, collect a wage, and drop in like some half decent performances. He's 37. He doesn't need to prove anything more. Yeah. He's almost won everything around the world. He's done wonders with AC Milan. He's done wonders with PSG. But now it's just that he wants to finish off things. And I thought he wouldn't start this game, because the way he played against Juventus, that goal line clearance, I thought he would not play today. But again, today he played, and today he was outstanding.
James was as well good. He can do is just deliver crosses. If you're not able to finish it, then what will he do? Yeah. He cannot just score every single game. Of course, he's playing in a right wing back, for God's sake.
He didn't have any clear-cut opportunity at goal, though, to be fair. It was more towards the crosses. There was one cross which was slightly overhit. If it was the cross from the left-hand side, if it was slightly low, Lukaku would have got to it. And yeah, man, again, how many times do we say this? Missed chances will always come back to haunt you. And
agreed.
Yeah, man. And no disrespect to Chelsea, but if this was Liverpool or Man City, this game finishes 6 or 7-0. Easy.
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
I agree with you.
Yeah, man. So I gotta bounce. I gotta go grab some lunch. It's about 1 p.m. here. Thanks for having me, man. Definitely we'll see you another day.
Carry on. Thank you, Prasanna. Thank you.
Bye, Anita, bro. Bye, bro. Yeah. See you. Take care.
Was disappointing to not see more from RLC. Alonso is not good enough on the left. Of course, we've talked so much about Alonso in the stream now, and we had enough quality on the bench to impact the game earlier. But Bex, my question here is, we don't have any other options in the midfield area right now. I don't know if like Saul Niguez can play as good, or the impact that he would have had from the bench in this game would have been as significant as possible. But we didn't have midfield options, if I'm to be honest. Niruddha, we were just talking about it, right? RLC and Jorginho, we didn't have anyone on the bench. Like we had probably, who did we have? Saul Niguez, and Kante was not fit. That's it. We don't have anyone on the bench. We just have to call back our loanies. We had to call back,
Mount.
Conor Gallagher.
Right?
Mount doesn't play in a double pivot. The problem with Mount is that he's good in the front three, but when you put him in the double pivot, he struggles a lot. He's not that effective. Rather than, okay, this is the right way to say, right? He doesn't struggle, but he's not that effective in the double pivot. So you cannot use him in the double pivot basically.
He's not.
Effective.
Okay, got it. Yeah, that's true.
He goes out of position mostly. He contributes to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
attack. He naturally goes to the attack position, which means that Jorginho will be left all alone in the double pivot. So that is not something that you would want to see against top teams.
And
That's the problem with Paul.
as evidenced by what happened earlier in the game.
Exactly.
So
We missed Kante terribly actually.
I mean, for sure, if Kante was the last man standing, I don't think this would have been a slightly
This
different
would have happened.
conversation.
Yeah.
This would have been a
Right.
slightly different conversation. But that's how it is. I mean, it's something. I mean, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, he has had a few decent. Yeah, he has had a decent run of form coming into this game. Right? So I don't think he has started too much. He was coming in
Yeah.
from the bench and he was able to do his thing. So
We had Kovacic who played the majority of the games, but his injury,
what
he had
happened
a
to him?
hamstring injury. He's got a
That's
hamstring
right.
injury. He's still recovering. That's the
That's
major
right.
concern for us. So had it been Kovacic as well, we would have been able to alternate between Jorginho and Kovacic, or we would have had even Jorginho and Kovacic playing that. I mean, had it been Jorginho and Kovacic playing, it would have been an entirely different scenario. But since we had Kovacic, given to the injury concern, we don't have options in the bench. And we had to go with the midfield, which means that people can play or plan against this midfield. That's exactly what happened. Like Carrick would have guessed what our midfield option was, our double pivot was, at the end of the Villarreal game, because we know that this is what is going to be our midfield. We didn't have anyone. Like we're not going to put in Saul Niguez and ask him to play, of course, in the Premier League. So they came with a clear cut plan to tackle this double pivot, is what I'd say.
I mean, that's the Premier League. I mean, you could have tried out Saul. What was the worst that could have happened?
The worst that would have happened is like we could have conceded 2 more goals.
That's true. I mean, but I would like to give Saul another few games, just
Now,
for.
this is what I'd say, right? With respect to Saul, we will have to try him better in the cup games before getting him into the Premier League. The Premier League is too physical for him. That's the problem that he has as well. So when you play in double pivot, the entire attack and the defense relies on you. So the way that Jorginho plays, right, he always has 5 players around him, be it attackers or
Yeah.
the defenders, and he is ready to pass the ball either way to any of them. He doesn't. I mean, he usually holds on the ball for too long. That's the sort of complaint that we have. But then he also ensures that he puts the ball to other people. He distributes the ball properly. That's why he's called the registrar for our team.
Yeah.
Right? He distributes it properly. With respect to Saul Niguez, what happens is that he's more of a Spanish style of midfielder than suiting an English style, because here you don't get more time on the ball, but he likes to drive the ball, and you don't get
Yeah.
time to drive with the ball in the English Premier League, and that's where he loses the ball a lot of times. He played of course, he played in one of the games where he performed very poorly. I don't remember which game he played though, but he performed in one of those games very poorly. That is where we decided, okay, fine, this guy is not a Premier League material. We just pay him for the cup games.
Yeah. So, I mean, shoot. That's a crying shame though, because he's a pretty good player and this is what's happening to him. I mean, I don't think Atletico is going to take him back. It's just weird. So that man
Yeah.
who had a pretty solid career lined up for him. I don't think the Premier League is going, as you'd mentioned, given the time he's taken to adapt. It's best that you cut your losses and let him go in January, because I think that's what's going to happen eventually. I don't think Saul's going to hang around.
Yeah, I think we'll still stick with him for the end of the season, because we wait until at least Billy Gilmore and Conor Gallagher comes back. Then we'll have a bit of option. For me, Billy plays a better, does a better job in this, double pivot. If he are deciding to continue with this particular formation going forward for the next season as well, Billy is amazing when it comes to the double pivot. We needed him to play a lot more games, and that is exactly why we had to loan him out to Norwich City. Otherwise, that would have not been a practical option for us at all. But
Yeah.
having said that, Norwich is probably going to get relegated, and even he's not getting time to play properly there. The last game that he played against, I don't know who he played against, but this season, I mean this week, he played as a right. Okay, how do I say that position? A right uh, center. Uh, okay, let me. Okay, it's a right attacking mid. That's where he played today,
Okay. It's
yesterday.
between the channels. It's between the channel, right?
Right.
Channel.
It's between the channels
Midfield.
here, that, yeah, correct. So he played as a right attacking mid, so probably a positional change as well. The reason why we wanted Billy to be moved to Norwich as well is because Thomas Tuchel's assistant coach is the one who took up the job at Norwich City.
Daniel
When
Farker.
Yeah,
Daniel
Farker.
Farker.
So exactly. So he was his assistant coach. So we thought maybe he'll get a better opportunity to play under him, and probably a lot of Tuchel's formula and methods would be something that Farker as well adapts. So we thought maybe Norwich is a good place for him. But then Farker got now sacked, and then
God's
they've got a new manager in now.
Dean
And
Smith.
Yeah, Dean Smith, and now, and so probably he's trying to tweak certain things, and he's trying to get him into a new formation, get him, to a new position. I don't know how far that'll be successful, but we definitely miss Billy Gilmore and Conor Gallagher. The way Conor Gallagher is as well playing a cam role there, it's too good.
He's driving the current team. He's driving Crystal Palace. His
Yeah,
performance against Manchester City was something else. Something
right.
else. He's just a. I mean, Cobham is massive, and it's, yeah, the loan system does more good than harm. So it's great that he's playing well, and it's a bit scary as well because they've got a proper midfielder in Gallagher. But
Agreed.
I just have one small question. What happened to Christensen? Is he injured as well?
No, he's not injured. I mean, he recovered from an injury, but the thing is, we since Silva is playing, we are not able to
Mhm.
play Christensen anywhere.
Okay.
So it's Christensen and Silva, both of them play in that center back position. So
Mhm.
it's either or basically. We cannot have both of them playing. If at all, we need to play Christensen along with Silva. We need to play him in the right flank, a right centre back position, which would be occupied by Chalobah now because Chalobah is doing a great job actually. So we're not
Yeah.
able to remove him as well. So Christensen is waiting for his time there. So maybe this is the idea that Tuchel has. Probably we'll use Silva as much as possible, and once Silva gets injured or gets into a fatigue sort of a situation, then we'll bring back Christensen for the rest of the game. That's probably what he's thinking about. But that's the reason why Christensen is not featured yet. But he's fully fit and he's ready to play actually.
Yeah. So with regards to, I'm glad that you brought Trevor Chalobah, because again, this might, I really don't know what other positions he's capable of playing, but could it have worked? Could this have worked? Play Rudiger, Silva, and Christensen as the back three, uh, and in such situations where you need to have a double pivot with regards to less with regards to with the context being that there are not many midfielders, could Chalobah have done a role along with Jorginho in the double pivot?
To be honest, he did it in one of the games. He played for 15 minutes as in the double pivot towards the left side, along
Mhm.
with Jorginho as well, if I remember it correctly. But the problem is he can do the job, but I'm not sure if you're asking it in this game's context, maybe this game was too big a game for him to feature as a midfielder, and he
Okay.
is adapted more towards the right centre back position in the
Okay.
past few weeks. So maybe suddenly changing his position and bringing him to the midfield might not have worked the way that we would have liked to work. And honestly, we had Ruben Loftus-Cheek playing well as well before this game, so we didn't have to really tinker around it. So we thought, okay, fine, it's going to be Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Jorginho, since Loftus-Cheek has been doing the job for quite some time very well. We'll just deploy
Mhm.
him and then see how it goes. But against top teams, he doesn't have that ability to drive forward as much as he would do against the other teams, right? That's exactly where it became a point of concern. Even against City, when he featured for a very few minutes, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, he showed some glimpse of improvement. He showed some glimpse of gameplay, good gameplay. And we thought maybe he's ready for the bigger games, but today was probably an off day for him. Beck says still have us as favorites for the title, but our record against the top teams may be the difference. Absolutely agree. I agree with you 100%. We lost against City, drew with Liverpool, now drew with Manchester United as well. We've got who else we've got? This is the top team in the league. We've got probably West Ham to play against. I don't know how we'll fare against West Ham, but this is what is going to dictate your title race. You'll have to pick up points everywhere, not just against the bottom half, and expect to be a title champion.
And to add to that, Burnley as well, because Burnley
Burnley as
was
well.
a
We shouldn't have lost points there. Actually, if I'm to be honest, like 1-1 against Burnley. Come on, you can do better than that.
so that's how it is. That's a
Yeah,
multitude
but
of factors to go
right.
for a team to do well. So it
And
just wasn't the
the
case.
amount of game that comes in as well is a factor to consider. I mean, these guys are playing in the Champions League, they're playing in the FA Cup, League Cup, Carabao Cup, and also in the league. So obviously they've got a huge set of games to play, but you cannot actually give that as a reason. That too specifically, this is a Liverpool fan who's sitting next to me, Aniruddha. I mean, I'm not going to say that as a reason because I know how depleted your squad is, and you still play all these competitions that we feature in as well. So I'm not going to definitely give out as that as a reason because considering our squad depth, we should be in a better position than you. And if you can do it, then we should be in a position to do it.
I mean,
Um,
to be fair, we are one injury away from everything unraveling pretty quickly.
huh,
One injury away,
yeah,
because as I alluded to earlier in one of the earlier streams, the f- when we were discussing uh, one of the games, a Chelsea game, I don't. When we were discussing the City United game, actually,
yeah,
that's
United
where I'd
City.
mentioned. Yeah, that's where I'd mentioned that we don't. Neither do we have the amount of resources that's available to either a Chelsea or a City, and now a Newcastle. Nor do we have the depth of the squad as well. We don't. We
Mm,
have neither of those. We have neither of those. So, and the injury crisis that we had last season with our centre backs collapsing pretty quickly one by one. I mean, things got so desperate we had to play Fabinho and Henderson as centre backs when we had Reece Williams and Nathaniel Phillips in there as well. So that that was a hit. So now that crisis has made its way slightly, ever so slightly, to the midfield department with Naby Keita being out, Curtis Jones being out, Harvey Elliott being out, who started the season like a house on fire. So and Milner, thankfully he made a recovery and he played yesterday. But these three players who we thought could play a major role are injured. And who do we have? Naby Keita, as I mentioned earlier, he had a very good start of the season because he was scoring goals left, right, and center. He scored against Crystal Palace, United, as well as Atletico Madrid. So great going there. We had Thiago, who was injured. A calf injury kept him out, but he's back and he's scoring goals for fun now. I mean, uh, the goal against Porto was just sublime, just sublime. But more of that, please. But if we lose one more midfielder, and if none of these are back, we might be a bit short, and we might fall a bit short as well. So,
mm.
which is why whenever we go through an extra round in the cup competitions, I can hear Jurgen Klopp going, "Oh, for Scheiße, I did not want this to happen."
Yeah,
I mean, especially the Carabao Cup, he pretty much tried every method possible to get out of that competition, but we pulled through twice against Norwich and Preston. So it is a bit of a difficult situation for him. Okay, a good headache to have, but a headache nonetheless. That's something that we could do without.
yeah,
Yeah.
agree. Bex is asking, could you potentially see Tuchel using Cho, Pulisic, Aspie at wing back, giving us more attacking options on the pitch? Uh, yeah, attacking wise, fine, but what do we do
Who's
for
going
the
to defend?
defense?
Who's going to
Yeah,
defend?
that would again become the same problem with Alonso. Like, I'm fine with Alonso going forward, but Alonso doesn't track back, and I'll have the same issue with Pulisic or Cho if they're playing in that particular position. Aspie, yeah, a good choice, but I haven't, honestly speaking, I haven't seen much of Aspie playing on the left wing back position. Probably just 10 minutes of the Juventus game. That too, Tuchel openly admitted that it was a mistake. He forgot about Alonso completely, and he had Aspie coming in. So I don't know if
Wow.
Aspie, yeah, so
If
basically he told it at the press conference. He's like, Aspie has not been featuring for quite some time in the set of games. So, the person who I was immediately remembered of was like Aspie. So I thought, let me get him in. Hopefully Alonso doesn't take it the other way around. That is exactly the words that is how he said in the press conference. So that is where even we understood. Okay, fine. Tuchel's preference is going to be Alonso. It's just that he forgot in that game. That is why he brought in Naspi. We knew before the game started today that it was going to be for sure Alonso, because he accepted that he forgot Alonso in that game, and he'll probably not do the same again. So, to answer your question, Rebecca, the same problem is what I'd face. Cho, Pulisic, Aspi, all the three of them, like Cho and Pulisic, there'll be a different issue in that they'll not track back for defending. Aspi will have an issue moving forward. He cannot cross from the left flank as much as he can do from the right flank. So I don't know if that will work. You know what? Maybe we could try this, but it would be a wild option. Just put Rudiger on the right wing back and then get Aspi on the
he's
left centre back position. Sorry,
he's running forward
Rudy.
anyways.
Exactly.
Rudiger's
That's
running
that's
forward
probably the reason
anyways.
why I was thinking. So left wing back, just put Rudiger, and then the left centre back position, just have Aspi, so that he just have to defend. I don't know if it will work honestly, because he's not technically that strong to do that.
I mean, this is exactly the reason why top teams don't come us for management gigs.
Aspi has 2 assists this season from wing back. He puts in a good crosses into the box and can obviously track back and defend as well. Yeah, he can track back and defend. All that is fine, Bex. But the problem is, will he be able to do the same crosses from the left side of the pitch? That's where I am concerned. I mean, I'm fine with him doing from the right side. If you ask me if he can play as a right wing back, I'll definitely say for sure he can do that. But as a left wing back, I haven't seen a lot of him to say that he can possibly do that. That's where my concern lies. So if at all in the past, if you had seen some of Aspi's performance on the left flank, let us know, because I haven't personally seen him performing that much on the left flank, because we've always had options on the left side. Hadn't been a biggest problem actually, but all of a sudden we did not expect Chilwell to face this sort of an injury, and now the title is going to go for a toss because of one injury. It's like a Van Dijk injury for us now. Though we shouldn't be saying that. I mean, Van Dijk, the kind of importance that he had in the defense for Liverpool, it does made a lot of sense when they said, okay, fine, Van Dijk was injured, so we're not going to challenge for the title. We obviously cannot say it's not an injury for Rudiger. Had it been an injury for Rudiger, I would have said the same thing. Rudiger is injured, so we're not going to go for the title. But this is a Chilwell injury. We should be good with it. You should be able to mix and match and get something out of it.
And it's like if I don't think and Reece James is definitely not going to play on the left. That's a fact. That's a given. So I guess he would himself veto the decision on his own. Like Thomas Tuchel might invite him. Yeah, I want you to play on the left hand side. No, I'm not doing it. Possible. That's pretty much the end of discussion right there.
Yeah. The other day I was talking to Jem from GNATV. This is what he said, right? And I still remember the way that he, actually did this as well. So he is like, once Alonso comes in, for a couple of games, it'll look good. We will move forward on the right flank as much as we do. Now we're moving with Chilwell. equally, both right and left flank moving equally. Whenever Reese goes in forward, Chilwell also supports and then comes back, tracks back, and does the same thing. But going forward, when we play Alonso for a longer period of time, what happens is that the right flank will be fluidically moving forward, but the left flank will be more stagnant, which means our team will be tilted like this,
Yeah,
which
it
means
is.
that most of the attack will be coming from the right flank, and it will be more of the team understanding how to play Chelsea because we're going to attack only from one of the flanks, and we're going to come only from the right flank, which means that if you got a good right back and a proper player to win the ball at the right flank, you can easily launch a counter from on their left flank. So what he said made absolute sense, and probably that's probably one of the reasons why we lost the game as well today. The the, the game was not equally distributed, if you understand what I mean, on both the halves. Like one side was too good on the Reece James part, and the other side was delayed. Even Cho should have made better decisions in the final half, is what I felt from how he played. Had he done that, maybe we would have got something out of the game. But it's all in the hindsight. You can talk a lot on the hindsight, but important 2 points lost. I still cannot get over the fact that we've lost this 2 points. That too against Manchester United. Oh man.
This shall pass. This too shall pass.
I
I mean,
really
it's
hope
not,
so. This show shall pass.
it's not like you're being managed by Roy Hodgson or anything. So
Sam Allardyce. I get that. It's not a Roy Hudson or Sam Allardyce that we have to be so worried about, but uh, again, it's a game that you should have got your 3 points. Had you lost points against City or Liverpool, you know what? Fair enough. Our team is not maybe equipped, or we had injury concerns. You cannot tell reasons against United. This is like United telling
especially
reasons against Watford.
this is like, and this is not the high flying United either.
Exactly. I mean, that is the reason why I'm saying this is against United. Otherwise, United are a bigger team, actually. To be honest, I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
I cannot definitely downplay United. I'm saying United at this position, you cannot give reasons saying you cannot beat them. I mean, every single team who's played against them have had their chances and their moments, and most of them have had made better use of it, and they've come out with the result. And you in your home, if you cannot do that, then you really have some problems or issues in your team. Definitely not a lot to think about and overthink and tinker it. Then we'll become like Pep Guardiola. I don't want that to happen either. At the same time, we have certain areas that we have to address, and it's high time we address those. If we cannot address, this is the right time to put your hands up. I'm talking about Tuchel now. Put your hands up and say you cannot address this. So, or you need some support in addressing that. That is when we can go to the winter transfer window and get something out of it.
I mean, make use of the finances that you
Yeah.
have. And
Yeah.
this is definitely not coming from a salty Liverpool fan. Definitely.
Another thing with Chelsea is that from outside, if you look at it, you might feel that we're spending a lot of money,
No,
in
you're
terms of
not.
players and everything. The
You're
thing is, we
technically
kind
not,
of
because you were selling
balancing the
people
book.
and getting, yeah. I
Exactly.
mean,
We
one
tend to
look
balance
for
the
one,
book easily.
yeah, for one
We,
Lukaku, you
we
have to sell Livramentos and all Marco Van Ginkel and everything.
Exactly. Mark Gahey, Livramento. We made that Tammy Abraham. All of them put together was our Lukaku.
Our
So
Lukaku.
we did not spend even close to 10 million for Lukaku
Yeah, net
to
was
sign
pretty low.
Lukaku basically.
Yeah, net was
So
pretty low.
yeah. So the thing is, we are able to balance the book financially, but we also have to. We've got a different issue in terms of our wage structure, right? And this is something that most of the Premier League club has, except for Manchester United. They go above and beyond in terms of how they allocate wages. Liverpool as well have been struggling with Salah's wage demand, meeting Salah's
Yeah,
wage demand. I believe he's asking for a
and
500,000 per week.
yeah,
Um,
so is
but
Mane
you,
too.
yeah, but you guys don't go to that ceiling, right? And Chelsea as well doesn't do that. And that becomes a challenge when you are on a top level and you're in contention for European competitions and all that. Because imagine the other European clubs, they pay so much for their players, like starting from PSG, Real Madrid, not Barcelona now, of course, but Barcelona historically, Juventus, and all these teams, they their wage structure is different, and they don't have all these FPP regulations that constrain them in terms of paying their players the wages that they are asking for. Which means most of the top players who are interested in the money would definitely choose these clubs, and not just money, right? In Premier League is one of the, let's be honest about it. Premier League is one of the most difficult leagues to play in as well, and the chances of you getting injured, picking up injuries, is so high here than the other clubs. I mean, than the other leagues, which means it's also a safer bet for these players to play in other leagues and also financially get well equipped if they play for the other leagues, right? So it does make a lot more sense for the Neymars or Messi's or Mbappe of this world to choose clubs like the Spanish giants or the French giants, because obviously their league is not as challenging as you would like to. Because then you'll get a lot more rest in terms of how you're performing, and you all that you have to do is perform well in the Champions League and try and get a Champions League for yourself, and then you will be crowned automatically as one of the best clubs in the Europe. End of the day, that is what you fight for, right? Being the top
Yeah.
club in the Europe. And all that you have to do is just fight for that 10 or 12 games in the Champions League and ensure you get that sort of a title. But you don't have to worry so much playing in your own league. And these players are comfortable doing that. But our league being one of the most difficult league, also our players not being able to get that sort of a wages that they probably would deserve when compared to the other leagues around, it doesn't practically make sense for them to come here and put their life on line every single game.
That's but that might end up changing because a certain Gulf country has invested money in a certain club, so that's gonna go for a
Yeah,
toss.
Newcastle. Yeah, I really think it shouldn't become like a French
Yeah.
league where PSG has everything and then the other clubs are struggling. We've
So
been Rebecca says that we've been playing well without Lukaku, but have lacked a clinical finisher in front of the goal. Do you think we're going to need to have another adaptation period without Lukaku getting back into the team? You go first, and do on this. Then probably I'll take it up.
see, with regards to Lukaku, historically speaking, the way he's played for United, keeping in mind the way he's played for United and Everton as well, and West Brom as well, there's one thing that I've noticed about Lukaku and his game is that he doesn't usually show up for the big games, or as they, to use a cricketing term, a flat track bowler. I mean, for a relatively weaker team, when it comes to be it the players, the quality of the players, or the defense, or whatever that is, he can score goals. He can win. He can score goals, and he can win your game single-handedly. But when it comes to a club like United, when it comes to a situation of playing against a club like United or a City or a Liverpool, he usually doesn't showcase the same. Doesn't showcase the same run of form he would against other clubs, and you can say Serie A that there he has had a very good term at Serie A, but it's Serie A. It's
Still
not
Serie A.
as it's still Serie A. I mean, yeah, you have your Juventus, you have your Romas, you have your AC Milans, but the 4 or 5 clubs compared to 7 or 8 in the Premier League.
It's simple, right? You cannot compare Palermo to a Burnley here.
Yeah,
Palermo is obviously very weak than Burnley, but then
yeah,
those 16, 15 teams that they're playing in Serie A are like completely out of contention when it comes to
yeah,
the 15 teams that Premier League has. That's where
precisely.
the league is more difficult.
Yeah, precisely. So, speaking of uh, adaptation period, I mean, there has to be something spectacular for to happen There has to be something there needs something spectacular needs to happen for him to regain the form that he showcases against the big teams. I don't think there's any issue with bedding in, because he knows it's not as if he's getting in the Premier League for the first time. He's had terms with West Brom, he's had terms with Everton, and Manchester United as well. And he did his goals to game ratio is pretty good, but at the same time, he didn't really score many goals against the he didn't score many goals against the stronger opposition as compared to a relatively weak one. But having said that, yeah, I don't think he needs a bedding in period, because the thing that Lukaku needs to improve is his form against the big teams, because the small teams he'll score regardless. He has to improve. If he improves that, and the fact that we know that he's an extraordinary finisher of moves, he's a pretty good goals. He's a very good goal scorer as well. If he is able to bring that to a big if he's able to bring that against a bigger team, we don't need a betting in period. But for the bigger teams at the moment, I don't see him playing. I don't see him in the starting 11. So that's where the things that we noticed today happen. So Werner missing chances, Rudiger taking pot shots from 30 yards. So maybe this is where others may have to step up a bit. Lukaku has to do something to get that, be it get that special sauce, a special. Lukaku has to do something spectacular to get that form back, because I don't. As at this point, it just feels like there's something psychological going on, because that's me, and I'm no analyst and no uh, not very well versed with the physics, not very well versed with playing the game. But as far as I know, I guess there's something psychological going on in his mind when he plays the big teams. I guess that's holding him back. But yeah, if he tries to get rid of that, because he's got everything in it. He's physical. He's very good with the
He's got
ball.
a very good left foot.
He's got a very good left foot. A first touch sometimes goes to Marsh, but that happens. But he just needs to be get that form that he showcases against the weaker teams to the stronger, and show that across against the stronger teams, so that he can do well again in Chelsea. And if he ends up doing that somehow, we are done for. We are
Yeah.
we are done for. Because the quality of the balls that you can use him as a target man, you can use him to drive against defenses as your proper.
Agreed. I mean, he's quite flexible in the way that you would like him to be positioned and played. I mean, he gives a lot of options for the managers to, move him around.
Yeah.
But the problem with Lukaku, what I see is that he is sometimes. I mean, okay, you don't get strikers who can turn their back to the goal and play as elegantly as Lukaku. That's a rarity to get. But the problem with Lukaku is that his first touch, first of all, is an issue, and the second thing is his consistency with the front three. I mean, the way that he was combining with Lautaro Martinez back in Inter Milan, that sort of a combination is not something he's achieved here with, be it Havertz. We've tried we've tried a front two with Havertz, Lukaku. We've tried a front two with Lukaku, Werner. We've tried a front three with Ziyech, Lukaku, Mount, Cho, Lukaku, Mount. We've tried all these sort of combinations that we could possibly try, but the issue is that he's not yet set with the group of individual attackers that he would like to have, combine and partner with. That is something that he is missing right now. Maybe it's probably the effect of the first season that he's playing here. Maybe another season here, the second season could be entirely different. And also, I think this has got to do with a lot of the formation as well. We're playing as a 3-4-3 formation, which is more of a wing back based formation than giving That's sort of a license for the striker to go up top and then score. It's not like a 4-4-2 formation or a 4-2-3-1 formation where the striker is like the focal point and then everything depends on the striker. This is a 3-4-3, which means that there are going to be five players up top in the attack every
Yeah.
time when we go on the attack, which means that there are going to be a lot of options and anyone out of that five can get a goal, right?
Yeah.
So the goal, of course, is going to be shared. It's not a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-4-2 where everything is dependent on the striker. All that the wingers will do is like run towards the end and then cross the ball in, and it's up to the strikers to get a goal for them. That's not the context here when it comes to Chelsea. The system is more this
More
the club
dependent on the wing, the more dependent on the wing backs.
wingers,
Those,
yeah, wing backs and the to an extent wingers as well, but
yeah,
it's
but
more on the play system basically,
Mhm.
not on any individual player. That's something that I love about Chelsea. We've got 17 different goal scorers in this particular season. 17 different goal scorers in the season is not a easy job to do, and
no,
the reason why we get that is because
the
this team
the
functions
fluidity,
better as a system. Yeah,
the
the team
fluidity.
functions correct. The fluidity. The team functions better as a system than relying on one person to function in the system. I've been telling this again and again. I don't really care if Chilwell is not playing or Reece James is not playing, because if you adapt to the system properly, these players are not the only players that you need to play with. You can replace one game of Reece James with Aspilicueta, and we still can be as successful as the previous game was. Maybe Reece James has got his own physical attributes or his own attributes that could contribute better to the attack, but it doesn't mean that the other players coming in will be a complete failure,
Mhm.
right? And that's why the system functions better in Chelsea. And Lukaku is yet to adapt to system, yet to adapt to the system. That's what I'd say. I'd leave it at that. Lukaku is yet to adapt to the system. I don't know if we give some more time, he can adapt, or maybe we'll have to shift the system itself according to what he would like to. I would
or
not go for the second option, if you
or
ask
have
me.
a plan B, because that's one of the criticisms that I've heard heard of Thomas Tuchel and of Jurgen Klopp as well, is that sometimes there is a lack of a second plan, of an alternative plan.
Hmm. Someone has,
Right?
if they've been found out, it's very difficult for them to get back, is what you're saying, right?
Yes.
In-game tactics is where they tend to sometimes lack. But this season particularly, Tuchel has made it, I mean, at least his stint with Chelsea, we've seen a lot of in-game tactics being done perfectly. But there have been errors as well when it comes to this game. Late substitutions, we saw the same kind of a late substitution that happened previously as well. We lost that game against, I guess it was against City or Juventus.
Yeah.
It was due to a late substitution only, nothing else. It was due to late substitution basically. Okay, Burnley, I guess, due to late substitution. So he just have to get his substitutions ready. I mean, he now has to understand one thing that he's not able to do is get his substitutions on time. I mean, now it has become a trend. 60 minutes, you have to get your substitutes ready. When you don't do it, we always concede in the 60 to 70 minutes, area. So it's becoming a pattern. You just have to realize this is the pattern and then kind of adapt according to it. It's not that you don't have players on the bench. It's just that you have to be a bit more confident on them to bring them back. I mean, bring them to the game and then play with them for the next 30 minutes. But
It's
yeah, that is what it is. I mean, it is what it is, guys. End of the day, we've been talking so much about Chelsea, Liverpool, the top six teams. Of course, Aniruddha has been here in the stream, and it's become a 3 hour and 26 minutes, one of the longest streams that we've ever done in this channel. It's 1:15 here, Indian Standard Time. So it's been a very good stream, guys, and thank you so much for everyone for making the stream a successful one. Special thanks to Aniruddha for joining the stream and then spending a couple of hours as well. It was a pleasure to watch the channel. Watch the match with you. Though the result did not go our way, it was a wonderful and an amazing discussion as well. Hopefully, waiting to see you in the other streams as well. Maybe once Vix as well joins in, we could have a very good trio.
yeah.
Liverpool game, midweek games. I think there will be a midweek
I'm not.
stream as well this season.
I'm not joining that because
You'll be
I don't
excited
want.
with the Liverpool game, is it?
No, No, there's work in the middle because I work at this point of time. So I don't think it's a stream. I might be able to join the stream. And in addition to that, I don't think a person having a heart attack in the middle of the stream is something you would really want.
Yeah.
It's not gonna do good for the engagement. Dude. I'm telling you now, straight up.
All right, all right. But
Ask
probably at least
Vignesh. Ask Vignesh. He'll know better.
I know, I know. He's talked about you a lot. I mean, and your football knowledge as well it has been amazing. Thank you for all this in-depth analysis that you provide in the channel. It really helps the channel as well. Hopefully, you had a good time as well with both Prasanna and myself. Spending some time here. Thank you, Rebecca, first of all, for coming in the channel and as usual asking questions that probably we find it very difficult to answer. But that is Bex for you. Bex from the UK, Jacob here from the US, Prasanna today from the US, Vix, myself, and Aniruddha from India. So it's been, an international community that is supporting Chelsea as well as the Premier League as usual. So it's always good to have an international community of people that you can always reach out to and gain their support. So this is the end of the stream, and I've got another stream as well immediately to jump on the GNATV, of course. So I'm going to do that. Thank you, Aniruddha, for joining the stream. Have a good day. This is Sportswire. Stay tuned to the channel for further Premier League updates. You guys all have a great day. Bye bye. Peace out.
Glad to be. Peace. Bye.